Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna is putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohanna got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, U.P.K. Natazal, Quarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, sending curses to them enemies.
Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harper. Try to hold me, it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them U.P.K. rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they crank that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole car. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. He ain't locked in with the count, and when you speaking to me for. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. Can't do with them steppers, niggas been down.
Yeah, don't have messed up, no. Bad news.
Shalom, Israel. And when I mean Israel, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. The Lord's 54th annual Passover is going down again this year, sundown, April 1st at 500 South Salisbury Street in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Downtown Conventional Center. It's got enough room for all of us. The Lord's 54th annual Passover. Last year, brothers and sisters showed up from all over the world, rocking ancient garments and glorious apparel in order to serve the Most High in Christ. Now, it's that time again. Commander General Yohanna's putting out the decree for all brothers and sisters to show up sundown, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. But before then, Thursday, it's going down at the Durham Armory, our annual all-black party. Last year was also the Hebrew Academy graduation dinner. This year, Commander General Yohanna got something special for y'all. It is going down. What's happening? A full-blown Hebrew concert featuring Shar, U.P.K. Natazal, Quarak Ice. This is not something you want to miss. Join us at the Sheraton in Raleigh, the hotel right downtown. It's at 421 South Salisbury. The Passover is right up the block at the convention center, literally within walking distance. Make sure you pull up. Make sure that you do your due diligence because rooms are going fast and they are limited this weekend. You understand? We have months in advance of preparation. Do not wait till the last minute to get your room. The Lord's 54th annual Passover, Saturday, April 1st in Raleigh, North Carolina. Join us there.
It's about time, send them curses to them enemies.
I got you. I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look. The city eyes. It's time to Bogart. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation voltage and fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. The colder than the avalanche, way above average. A fiend's taste sweet, told him make me an apple crisp. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Child, come on, man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad. Telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Poke a stop, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangy. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them other niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see prophets under this banner. Made my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Hate me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone never since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
let's clap it up, clap it up. Yabashin Shabrak Thumb. Hey, what's going on?
Shalom, Adawan, you can hear me?
Yeah. I hear you fine. You coming in loud and clear. Everybody else, how y'all doing? No, y'all hearing everything?
Come on.
Okay, no sweat. How everybody keeping? Y'all think I keep in Hanukkah here? I'm trying to stay warm. I'm trying to stay warm in this joker right now.
Let's call for
right. It's a little bit. This one I didn't expect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I prefer the cold, but boy. Kevin Hart said no. I wasn't ready. Yeah, man. How y'all making out to your zones with it?
Good.
It's another cold day in hell.
Yeah.
It's enough. It's enough, boy. Good night.
Yeah.
Listen, I was planning to get out there today on the day before Christmas in DC. I was like, I ain't gonna do it. That's too much to ask the men.
Yeah.
That one day is rough. That one day would have been a rough one, dude.
Right. Cold as the Edomite's heart, huh?
No, well, listen, I'm sure they was out there doing the little shopping and stuff. But that one would have been mutiny right there, boy. I would have been encouraging, lighting the fire on the
Yuletide. The Yuletide log. The Yuletide log.
You'd have found me hog-tied under a bridge somewhere in the 295. I wasn't making it back to the DC school. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's coming. The dead would arise on that one.
It's like the Lord, like what Christ said, I think it's in Matthew's, when he say, seeing, he didn't want them to see nor hear it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And today was that day where some people, he maybe just, he want to keep for that day, I reckon.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? So who knows?
Yeah, it was not an easy one for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was not an easy one. You know what I mean? For sure, all the Israelites who, may not have had shelter, for sure, Lord be with you.
Yeah, but
you're coming in on the migrant caravan.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Everybody under the bridges. I hope you all found some kind of shelter, because that shit out there was not, 1 hour out there, you probably expose yourself too much.
Yeah.
So you don't have the gear. If you ain't got the gear, it would have been it's a huge issue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
God, sir. People have died, sir. They said that people have died through the based on the cold front that came from the Midwest all the way to the East Coast, down south from the East Coast. I think they said there's a number of people that died. I think it was like 10.
Damn.
Yeah, concert.
Yeah, I could have seen that happening with that type of weather. That ain't no joke, boy.
Yeah, that I wasn't expecting it to be that low that quick. You know what I mean? That low, that should got down to 0. The feed like was 0, negative something.
Yeah.
You know.
Last night.
So it for sure. Yeah, I mean, it for sure was it could have been worse. It could have met with ice and snow. That would have for sure tear people up, especially with power outages and all that type of stuff.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, man. Well, listen, we ain't gonna skip past it. No. Hold on, wait. What am I doing here? You'll forgive me. This machine here. This machine here trying to celebrate Christmas on the last. But we ain't gonna forget, yeah, congratulations in order.
Oh man.
Father.
Yeah,
congratulations in order.
Good.
He hit them with the 1, 2. He hit them with the okie doke. The 1 and the 2. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, brand new spanking princess straight from the Lord.
Most high encouraged.
What's her name again?
Damawath.
Damawath. You know what I mean? Damawath. Yeah, me. Congratulations again, brother.
Congratulations.
Listen,
So what happened?
This is the second one in 30 days.
Yeah.
So you know, if you drop another one before the month up, either a gremlin or something goes on.
Maybe he just ate chicken past midnight.
There's something he eat him after 12 because he go multiply.
How he said he will be like, and the gestation period is like what, 3 months?
Most high Christ.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Coming, man. That's really with everybody. You know, congratulations to everybody who been bringing babies throughout this time. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I do believe. Hold on, I think we have. I'm trying to get a picture of the boy too.
Yeah, right.
The boy from before. Let me see. You know what I mean? Because it's you know, people be thinking, you know, you come into the truth and your life ends. And life only begins.
That's right.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Life only begins coming into the truth. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Life only begins. There's no, you know, you're gonna learn things, you're gonna experience things, you know, coming out of the world that you never thought you could do. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the bad right there, bro. That's the bad right
there, boy. Fresh out.
Fresh out, you know what I mean? Brand new spanker, you know what I mean?
On the table.
That's
weed.
Yeah, right. Center right.
That's right. That's right there. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, most high in Christ again. Listen, I watch these babies being born, and I'm like, I remember being in the world and thinking that there's no way I'm bringing children into this world.
Yeah, man.
I don't think there's a woman out there who I would give children to. And then I came into the truth, and that whole perspective changed. You know, that whole perspective totally changed. You know what I mean? You get the guidance you need, you get the you need, and you know, become more responsible for your lives. And then the Lord started working miracles. You know what I mean? Straight up and down, these babies is, you know, testament to what the Lord could do.
Damn right.
And it's definitely a testament to what the Lord could do, and it's honoring you in your work in truth.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Every brother and sister who bring forth babies, you know what I mean? It's honoring you in the truth where is the Lord see it fit to multiply you.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? Like the oppressor, he let the wicked multiply in the world, and he destroy whoever he want with them abortion clinics. Right? Yeah, the Lord, you know, strengthen up, you know, a brother and a sister. You know what I mean? And give them good lineage and good legacy coming forward. Right? So it's good. It's a good sight to see. Congratulations again, brother. You know what I mean? Many more, brother. Many more. Couple of years, make them double up. You know what I mean? Every brother and sister in here and listening and on the chat. You know what I mean? Y'all don't, you know, seek counsel. Don't just run out there and breed. Shaq said have sex. I ain't saying that, nigga.
On Black Watch.
Say again?
On Black Watch.
Yeah, Shaq said on Black, and then they clip the shit and then put it on the YouTube or whatever.
They're gonna loop that one, Cap, and multiply and multiply and multiply.
You know what I mean? Seek counsel. You understand? You might need to get, you know, show it up a little bit more before you actually do it. But you know, every brother and sister out there, don't if that demon on you is to not do it for fear, for you know, because the world would make you scared to be responsible, which is really what it is.
That's it.
You know what I mean? It's a responsibility. The world would take your courage away. You know what I mean? And you know, you would be stuck. You go get your counsel, man, and get squared up, and you know your mind in the right way, and you go forth, man, and you bring them babies out, man. You bring them babies, or you see how much 100,000 they're saying in China with the COVID. You know what I mean? Them Chinese, billions of them over there, and you know they don't give a damn. They have so much of them. They're killing if it's a girl child. You know what I mean? So
no, don't talk about them advertisements they be trying to show you with them kids in Africa. Flies all on the you know what I mean, on them, on the face, the belly, you know what I mean, looking malnutritious, but they're still having the children.
Yep.
Right.
Ain't nobody building up no clinic in sub-Saharan Africa.
Nope.
Planned Parenthood.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man, y'all do it. You'll see brothers and sisters doing it. You know, and this thing ain't no easy work though. You're still gonna be required to make your camps. You're still gonna be required to do a Hebrew Academy. You sisters, you're still gonna braid hair and sew and cook food for the Sabbath service and for the camp. You know, a diaper is not an excuse. You know, I'm gonna tell you that right now.
That's right.
That diaper is not an excuse. You're gonna do everything. You know what I mean? There's babies being born in jail. There was babies born on a slave ship. What's your excuse?
That's it.
You know what I mean? So let's get it. Zelensky the beggar, boy.
Yeah. Let's get that. If you want to start with that,
we could rock with that one. The begging Ukrainian.
And you know what the messed up thing about it is? I don't know if you have a picture of how he came dressed.
That's what I was telling you brothers this week. Zelensky, I mean, he disrespected the White House.
Come on.
He coming out with that green Under Armour camo shirt on, t-shirt on with them cargo green pants on. I think that every time I see him on with a green Under Armour shirt on. He didn't even come. I mean, I'm so sick of him begging.
God, he ain't even come with that one. That would have looked too rich. He came with something that looked like he paid somebody homeless to exchange clothes with him, like trading places.
Right.
He came with something that didn't have nothing on it, but you could tell it looked. He was going for that type of look.
Right. Like he can't even look like with all that money he got, all that money they getting over there. He should at least come with a shirt and tie. Like he overplayed it. The optics is overplayed if he doing all that.
Right.
Yeah, man. I don't understand it. I know what's going on here. My shit's starting to freeze up a little bit. Yeah. But he
I thought he was like Mr. Rogers, like he got the same outfit in the closet. He got like 4 and he just put them 4 on.
Yeah, that's all he wearing.
Yeah.
And he is almost like he trying to force an image. You know what I mean?
Right.
To force this, you know what I mean, this hard line, you know what I mean, this military dude. But you're 4'5". You know what I mean? No gun in your hip, nothing. But you're trying to look hard. And coming to beg.
And you know he's a former actor.
Yeah, a comedian, I believe.
Comedian and actor.
Yeah.
So he understands what moves people, and he understands, you know, how they call it, the optics very well.
Yeah.
He understands what he needs to look like and timing. He understands that situation there with people very well. You know what I mean?
Right here, sir.
Please.
But I think it's like you're saying though, like the Europeans, they don't have much respect for Biden. Like how Captain Kahan said, he could have put on a shirt and tie. Like he could have presented himself in some type of a way because he's at a meeting with the president of the United States, the president of the free world, but he has no respect at all to consider that at all.
Exactly.
Because it's amazing. And I think they're all like that in Europe. They don't have any respect for America or the political process in America. He like you said, he just wanted to get that money and knew he was going to get it. So like you said.
Yeah. Because if let me see, I want to pull this one up here. This is him last year at the White House. Not last year. Yeah, September 2021. Right? This is him at the White House.
Wow.
September 2021. This is him dressed according to ISO. Now, of course, we ain't forwarding this type of dress. We ain't holding nobody, accountable to keeping ISO standards. But of course, if the NBA champions go to the White House dressed not like this, everybody will have something to say.
Yeah.
When Brittany Griner had to go and thank Joe Biden because they're going to parade her next, she can't go there dressed any old how. She gonna have to dress, in the suit and the tie or whatever she identify as.
Right.
So this is what he came there with before. Come to find out now, when it's time to go and beg and stand up in front of the damn what is the Congress?
Yeah.
And everybody started to cry and clap for him and all that extra shit. This is how he comes.
Not even in a military outfit in there.
Mm-mm.
And some sweats and cargo pants.
Mm-mm.
So what he doing with all that money Biden giving him?
He ain't buying nothing. He ain't ordering nothing off Amazon or nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Kazak, you could pull the story?
Yeah, Kamikaze Sluggy. I'm having a little technical difficulties, but I'm pulling it up now.
No sweat. If Azania could take over until they get straight.
Kamikaze, sir.
No sweat. Azania, you grab the story?
Sir. It's in the list?
Yeah, definitely. Let me let you know which number, all right?
Please, sir. You said the number?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know which number it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, he and how much money they gave him? I think I read it was 1.8 billion he leave with. But it's a bigger he left with 1.8 billion, but I think the whole package is some few trillion that he set to get, further down the line. Let's get number two, Azania.
I got it, sir. More U.S. military aid to Ukraine will aggravate conflict, Kremlin says. The Kremlin warned Wednesday that increasing the supply of U.S. arms to Ukraine would aggravate the devastating 10-month war ignited by Russia's illegal invasion and does not bode well for the neighboring country, where President Vladimir Putin vowed Russia would achieve its goals. Speaking during a meeting with his top military brass, Putin said Moscow would use the combat experience to enhance its armed forces. He told the military leaders to analyze the Western weapons used by Ukraine to develop our armed forces and strengthen the capability of our troops. He said the country's military should learn lessons and modernize based on its experiences in Ukraine, and that special emphasis would go to developing his country's nuclear forces, which he described as the main guarantee of Russia's sovereignty. In a speech at the same meeting, Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu said Russia's military must expand from its current size of 1 million personnel to 1.5 million service members, a number that should include 695,000 volunteer contract soldiers. He also said Russia would form new units in the country's west in view of plans by Finland and Sweden to join NATO. Earlier in a call with reporters, Kremlin spokesman.
Hold on, Kazak. So basically, they're looking at this now like the ops getting, a bag.
Yeah.
It's like, you went over with them people and got help from them people, and you coming back here, and you think everything is still gonna be the same. Like, I'm going to turn the volume up on this war right here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Most high Christ.
And it's such a slap in the face for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to see this man could come all the way across from Ukraine. You know what I mean? Ain't never, had a sweat, put a sweat on the streets of America to build this place. And he walk out with 1.8 billion.
Yeah.
And your forefathers, had to suffer. Them kids had to suffer on the border. And his speech was him directed to the slaves. You understand? Nothing mentioned about the slaves.
Right.
If I can, it's Salakia too. And a lot of people don't know what this signal. This is gonna signal an arms race over in them countries now. Now, because now, like I said, there's so many weapons moving in that area now. It's an arms race now. You know what I'm saying? I think Alexandria Cortez, that sister, she's the only one Democrat. She's the only one that voted against it. The only Democrat that voted against this large amount of money going, I think, to ICE, and they have to have $44 billion, I think, in the bill for the Ukraine just set aside. So they already had this money that was going to be allocated in that region, and what they don't understand is going to create more instability. Right. You really are manufacturing a crisis over there now, because now Russia's seeing this and he's doing it publicly. He's doing it for the international community to see it. Now it's going to create an arms race, and it's going to make that area more destabilized. You know what I'm saying? And those weapons in war, those weapons can fall in any hands over there. They don't know what they ain't got no barcode on them weapons.
Yeah.
When you put in some of them areas over there, it go dark. You don't know where that money and them, missiles and surface the air missiles. And keep in mind, Russia just got, as the young people say, the younger generation say, they just got one of their top steppers back. That one the merchant of death. So you gotta understand, he already done probably made his contacts. They're gonna utilize him. You understand? So you got an arms race over there.
Listen, Kahan, you hit on something real heavy, like, and that's to show you, like, we are not ready to play this game with these oppressors without the Lord. Because how much was it? Maybe 2 weeks after they got bought back, Zelensky is able to leave and fly to America and get 1.8 billion. Like, this is damn near like this is a direct response to both. It's damn near like that's what it is, because I'm looking at one of these reports here on CNN. It says, hold on. It says in weighing a visit, Zelensky suggested he did not want to travel, and had there not been a significant development in the bilateral relationship between Ukraine and the U.S., Zelensky viewed the U.S. decision to send Patriot missile defense system to Ukraine as a major shift in the relationship between the two allies. The new $1.8 billion package Biden unveiled includes a Patriot surface-to-air missile system, which has been a long-standing request of Ukraine's to fend off Russian air attacks. You understand? So now it's damn near like this is a response. It says every dollar of this investment for the United States is going to be a strengthening of global security, and I know that the American leadership will be strong and will play important role in global scope, Zelensky added. So now, as you're saying, is going to be a whole arms deal, a whole arms race. It's going to be a whole ton of exchanges. It's similar to what they did with the Islamic State. You know what I mean? With the rebels, with funding the rebels, similar what they did with the Kurds. When they was funding the Kurds, then they switched and funded Saddam to destroy the Kurds. You know what I mean? So it's damn near like that, where now they have to they keep doing these kind of backdooring everybody. Damn near. They kind of like just backdooring everybody. But like Hans saying, they ain't no trace or no tracking on these damn weapons. And who's to say where what going?
Right. If I can too. I can too. They don't understand. They jeopardizing the nation state in them different areas. You know what I'm saying? Like them weapons, man. You let a warlord. You imagine a person that have control of a different region over there. They gonna all pop up over there. It's a power grab over there when you got that many weapons coming down there. Then now once again, it ain't about the Democratic vote now. It's about who the strongest. And trust and believe them. Russia gonna absorb some of them weapons. They're gonna absorb. They already took I forgot it was two regions over there. They already said I forgot the word they used, but they already absorbed those regions, and so they fighting in uncharted territory. So if you want to talk about state-sponsored terrorism, you know, hey, you let them weapons get in the wrong hands, they could say, well, these are U.S. weapons that we got. U.S. gave us these weapons. You know what I'm saying? Right. So these bodies that we killing for the U.S. So it's a proxy war. Yep. And Russia already see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's in the dead of winter, so you know where it's about to get. Yes. You know what I'm saying? They really start fighting over there when it get cold.
Right.
And listen, they like, you know, the war is very much shifted to how, of course, it would have been 50 to 100 years ago, or even before, where it was, you know, largely relied on ground troops. Like now, this thing done turned into a whole video game, because this week I saw they had some anti-drone gun. The thing looked, I mean, it looked like it lifted up a table with a trigger, and what it does is it disrupts the signal between the drone, the base, and the pilot, so that either the drone gonna fall out the sky, or they're gonna lose control of the drone, and nobody, you know, they will never have no signal for it. So now they using that, and they said, forget which company it was manufactured it, but it was manufactured in Ukraine specifically for them drones that coming over from the Russian border, you know, to, you know, do the drone strikes. So now with these air missiles, this is their comeback against Russia. They really mean to say this NATO deal or this NATO backing is going to happen. And Putin, you know, is right now is a game of how long you could starve. That's really what they're really saying. We're going back Ukraine. We're going to give you money. The rest of them going to come in and join NATO. And now, you know, Putin, how long could you ration out half a bread a day?
Right. And you know what, Captain, if I could, and not too many notice when they sending all this type of money over there for weapons, nobody's talking about diplomacy. That's one thing about these heathens. When their mind is set on warfare, they don't care anything about diplomacy. Right. Because you can, it's just like America. They believe in having all these weapons because they believe it's gonna keep you safe. But the rationale behind a lot of this stuff is you have to have some common sense, or you have to have some diplomacy, some civilization. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted to bomb this place back into the Stone Ages, just like the scripture said that they would. You understand? It's exactly how he said they would do. They have not now much as they talk about us having diplomacy when something happened with us or any other Caribbean nation or anything, or South American country, then they want to talk about diplomacy. But look at what's going on here, man. You are financing, I mean, something that's going to turn into World War III.
That's right.
Exactly what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing it by a vote. I yield.
That's heavy. And America proven to that it's with the scripture say it I think it's the small roots uprooted. I forget the one in Daniel.
The small horn uprooted the other ones.
Yes, and that's America. You understand? Like Russia, didn't want Ukraine to be armed with anything from America, like those Patriot missiles. They never wanted it, but guess what? America still find a way to put it on the border.
Right.
Yeah. You understand? They still find a way to put it on the border. You know what I mean? This goes to show, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of time before it's, you know what I mean, it's full blown, you know what I mean, nuclear war. Because that's where it's going. That's the only way Russia could defend itself. It has to go to nuclear. Because if they don't go to nuclear, whatever America sent in Ukraine, they're gonna have a hard time dealing with it, because the first bomb to drop in Kremlin is gonna be on and popping.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And if I could, and it don't have to be a necessarily a conventional bomb. It could be what they call a dirty bomb.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many ways. It's so many types of form of biological warfare, chemical warfare that's out here, man. We don't know what they cooking up down there in them areas out there, man. All kinds of warfare that goes on, you know. And like the scriptures say, it's gonna be wars and rumors of war, you know. But how is this different from Senator Palpatine off Star Wars? How is it different? It's no different.
Right.
Because they voting to arm these people and don't know what the clear intentions is. But I guarantee you it's an underhanding what they trying to say, they're gonna get a return on this. All this money they getting back, all this money we giving them, this gonna secure us a area in that region, man. You might as well raise the American flag over there and lower the Ukrainian flag, all that money.
That's right. That's right.
You might as well lower the Ukrainian flag and raise the American flag now.
That's probably happening. Like like how they're raising the Ukrainian flag here, and I stand with Ukraine. You best believe over there they're probably having, you know, those people, you know, doing the same thing. You know, in support of America, where, you know, you get into the grassroots support, like the people on the ground, not just the military, but again, you're galvanizing the whole population. You know what I mean? You galvanize the whole population. Like now, Ukraine is that what 52nd state?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
If I could just read this precept real quick. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. The reason why I'm saying trust in the Lord is because it comes down to us as our people, our nation, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Now we see all this war going on, and you are not on the side of America. As much as you're going to fight and strive to pledge allegiance to the flag, you're going to go vote, you're going to cry, you're going to have your Christmas tomorrow, which is you pledging allegiance to the goddamn devil, all right, and America, and you embodying America. And it shows what Biden just did by giving him $1.8 billion, shows that he doesn't give a damn about you, Blacks and Hispanics. It's thousands of people that are dying on the border every day, trying to cross over on the border, right in Texas, Arizona, and California, every day, and they're just dying every day. All right, and we still talking about reparations. We still talking about some type of a justice for reparations, 40 acres and a mule, some type of allocated funds and monies. We just looked at Deion Sanders and talked about the HBCUs and how they falling apart. Biden doesn't care about you. So it's time for us to just trust in the Most High. It makes no sense for us to continue on. And that $1.8 billion that he just gave to Ukraine was all them Christmas gifts that you done brought that's going to be broken on December 26th by your bad, rotten, spoiled children anyway. Right. You know what I'm saying? We're putting all the money into this economy. We building this economy up so much that he takes the money and he gives it to Ukraine, who are Russians. You know what I'm saying? Ethnically, if you go down the line, the Ukrainians and the Russians, the same exact people. So we should just let them deal with it. All right. So since Biden did that, he drew a line, and what we should do is we should remain on the side of the Most High, and by putting our trust in the Most High only.
That's right. And you always saying it's so heavy too, because at the same time, you can't say that that America has a border issue. You understand? When there wasn't, nobody sat down, and had these Ukrainians, did any type of mental evaluation, no check, nothing. They were allowed to walk in the country. Yeah, if you had a Ukrainian passport or whatever, ID, whatever, you were able to walk past, the so-called I.S.U.P.K on the border in cages. They found a home for you. They found money for you. You understand? And if you take a look at the history of the wars America has put on this earth, what it did with Iraq, they went and uprooted Saddam Hussein. Look at Iraq right now. Look at Libya. They went and took Muammar Gaddafi out of Libya. Look at Libya right now.
Yeah.
You understand? This totally destabilizing everywhere so that they're what? So that they could be dependent on America to be their savior. You know what I mean?
And as they take the big one out, they're funding all the rebels, all the people who would vote against him.
Yes.
All the people. That's really, it's like a support you in public, but I'm going against you in private.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like that's really how they do, and it destabilized Europe.
That's right.
You know what I mean? From all that thing with Iraq and Syria back then, it destabilized these Europeans where, they was flooding into Italy, Germany, all them other places, and you have all these little quiet sleeper cells now, hanging out over there.
That's right. And let me go one up on you all too. They destabilize the black community by doing what? By pushing drugs in the community.
That's right.
You understand? They destabilize our community by pushing that cocaine, like the Iran Contra scandal.
Yep.
With Ronald Reagan. You understand? They destroyed us first. You understand? When we were trying to come together as a people, they found ways to destroy us. You understand? And to this day, we still can't, find our way back. But Tiny Law for Commander and I.S.U.P.K, we on that path back.
That's right.
One. And ain't no drugs, ain't no diplomacy, ain't nothing, ain't no politics gonna come in between this brotherhood.
That's right. That's right. So, like, if I could just based off of just speaking on from the tribe of Judah, so many of us get upset or try to fight against our brothers, seeking refuge coming over here from South America, the Caribbean islands, Central America, and we were taught to battle against them and to fight against them. But as you can see, Biden and Zelensky, they uniforming, they coming together. We need to come together as these 12 tribes, to support and take care of each other, and only see that we can benefit by supporting and taking care of each other.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. And of course, for sure, like that point that you made there about how they would destroy us, like they're doing the same bait and switch with us too, as they were saying that attack, where they would, our movements that would be for our people, they find some way to demonize that movement. They find some way to always, have the public view it in a certain way, whether it be, whatever black power movement or resistance or whatever it is. Because over the years, there have been many, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian groups that try to do for self and defend against the oppressor devouring us. And this is not anybody saying this is against America. This is not that. This is self-preservation. That's what it is. It's just that your government can't exist. Your life, your country, your hierarchies, everything you enjoy on a day-to-day basis can't exist unless you devour us, unless you destroy us, unless you separate us. Just same thing with how America is with the Arab Spring, or with Saddam Hussein. In order for you to continue eating, you had to destabilize them.
That's right.
The difference is these is the Lord's chosen people who you have here. That's the difference. You have the Lord's chosen people, and you able to eat day in, day out without any repercussions. And if anybody try to help us, it's a problem.
Right.
You wouldn't have that same respect for Putin. Love his country. He ain't trying world domination.
Right.
He didn't invent the damn TikTok app to try to make the kids, love him. He love his country, but somehow you find that you must defend Ukraine for X, Y, Z, and always talking about what about the inflation we was just going through? I thought America was on the downside of things. I thought we were staring a recession, staring on the barrel of a recession. With $1.8 billion, you just give this man all this weaponry.
Right.
And just
So like, I didn't mean to cut you off, Captain.
No, you go ahead. I'm coming out.
I just want to say, yeah, 1.some billion. That's a hell of a Christmas. I want to say this. Check this out. Now, they're gonna send all that money over there, to them Ukrainians, right? No checks and balances, just basically giving them all that money, and then this is what amazed me. Like, okay, the generals that may be under this man Zelensky, they ain't questioning. They ain't saying, in certain types of wars, you got to be careful how much money you take from other countries, because it can compromise the mission of the war. It can change the narrative of the war. If the narrative is about Ukraine, then why is America giving you all this money in the billions? Multiple times. That can change the thing from being about, because remember, it's mercenaries over there too. And mercenaries don't have an allegiance to a country.
That's right.
They only have allegiance to money. So it just changes the whole narrative. For you, it's about the Ukrainian people and helping Ukraine, but then all this money coming, it don't look like that now. Money, see, like when the numbers change, the language change. It ain't when you start getting the billions of dollars, the language changed now. It's sounding a little bit more American now. It don't sound like Ukrainian talk. So they got to understand what's really going on and how the money didn't change the narrative. You getting all this money, the narrative you said at first is not the same now, because now it's turning into something else now. So like, I yield.
That's right. And and brothers and sisters, if you all do the history also too, you'll see that with the colonization, it has transformed. You understand? Like way back then with England and France, they would colonize you by bringing the guns and the ships. The whole military to colonize you. America has just transformed it into that money that they use. You understand? That money they use to colonize you. You understand? So now you looking at America, they're broke, but guess what? They broke with their money. So who they had to pay back? Themselves. You understand? But Ukraine, their money is going to be US dollars. So guess what? That is that's going to be a state of America. They're going to belong to America. You understand? Because they can't pay back that amount of money no time soon. You understand? And Russia knew it and was trying to stop it. You understand? That's why there's a whole beef with the American dollar. You understand? When it comes to selling the barrels, that's why Russia went back and said, no, you know what? If you have to buy our oils, you have to buy it in rubles, in our money, not in American dollars. This whole beef here is about using American dollar as the international currency for all the countries. And if you
oil, dollar.
You understand? And if you use it, you are going to be, a colony of America.
Not only that, the petrodollar is propping America up.
Yes, sir.
Because America doesn't have any, huge exports to go against their deficit, their yearly deficit. So the real thing is damn near like the US dollar is a resource like oil. It's a commodity that it gets bought and sold with a price.
That's right.
Buying and selling prices worth different amount of, it's worth different prices in different countries. So that's petrodollar. So now they're trying to destabilize America by the Bitcoin, and as you say, trying to buy it in the rubles. And now China and Russia could buy with their own currency. That's money America is losing because nobody uses their money. It's like same thing with the renewable resource, the solar and the wind versus the oil. If people move to the solar and the wind, all them oil producing countries, they're gonna start suffering. It's big money being lost. It's similar with the petrodollar. But this whole, as you're saying, this whole thing here is definitely about money. So America is going full tilt.
That's right. That's it.
They're going full tilt to make sure you are going to keep buying here or you're not going to live.
That's right.
They're going to bomb you off the face of the earth. They're pressing back very heavily against Russia with this Ukraine thing. Like a few years ago, when it happened with Georgia and Russia, America backed off a little bit. Ukraine one did not letting that thing happen.
In with Crimea, they backed off. They backed off. They was like, all right, take that little piece. They backed off. You know what I mean? And to push it further, now you understand why they were invested in destroying all the Black Wall Street. You understand? So that you can't, they don't want you depending on each other. You understand? That's why it's always a fight to divide Black people. You understand? Right. There's always a fight to divide us. We try to come up, you know what I mean, as a nation, they find a way to divide you. You know what I mean? And because you try to come, go ahead, Khan.
No, you hitting it on. I'm gonna follow after what you get through saying now, Doc. You going in on it, Salaki. You just touched something I had thought about.
Yeah, and because you understand, because you know what I mean, you are God chosen people. He cannot allow you to come together. You know what I mean? He allow you to come together. Just imagine you were in slavery for over 400 years. You so-called came out of slavery to let you be. And you built Black Wall Streets all over America.
Right.
No. No, Negro. You're gonna have to depend on our dollar. You're gonna have to depend on WIC. You're gonna have to depend on TANF. You're gonna have to depend on EBT. You're gonna have to work for Uncle Sam and pay his taxes.
Right.
So like if I could too, I want to amplify what Captain Nathak said was so heavy. It was nuclear what you just said, because when you look at it, what you bringing out, a lot of Black people don't get the picture. They don't get the big picture. Like what you say, anytime we try to come together on any front, they have to divide us. And I noticed something about Black people, even not just Black History Month, but just anytime we look at other nations, we always talk about how great they nation are and how good they nation have it, but we never talk about what they sacrifice for to get it. They sacrifice individual progression for the national interest, and they never want to talk about that. These other nations, in most cases, they have what they have because someone sacrificed for it.
That's right.
And our King Yahweh sacrificed his life for us.
That's right.
Which is why we should be able to do this for our nation. You understand? This is why it's so important. Where a lot of brothers out there in the world also miss this. We in I.S.U.P.K, we understand this concept. You understand? We understand Cain wasn't jealous of Abel's sacrifice. He was jealous of his blessing.
That's right.
But the sacrifice came before the blessing.
Right.
That's the irony of the whole situation. But they don't understand that. But in the I.S.U.P.K, we understand that. We call all of our brothers and sisters to be willing to make a sacrifice in order for us to thrive as a nation.
That's right.
And if I could say something.
Please, sir.
Oh, God, what the brothers with all you're bringing out is heavy, especially what Kahan and Captain Nathak and Captain Shak brought out when about the money. When they're paying them all this money and the narrative changing, it started as this is to defend Ukraine. But once they paid all the money, Ukraine's going to become the attack force. So like you said, the generals on the field, they will consider it and say, well, shoot, before it was about defending Ukraine. Now it's about pushing out. Now it's about going into Russia. And there's a pipeline in that area that's very important as well that comes into play. But as it relates to us, that money, all these billions of dollars, they send into these countries all over Israel, Ukraine, any place all over Britain. That's when you're dealing with governance of the people. That's the money that would have been cleaning the streets in the ghettos.
That's right.
That's the money that would have been, making sure the schools were proper, doing civil services, the things doing right in the Black communities, the monies that should have been going to us. That's the money. If you want to wonder why the ghetto looked like it looked like, and Baltimore looked like what it looked like, and the projects look like what it looked like, that's why. Because they take the money that would go back to the people, and especially when it's us, and they take that money, and that's extra money they can govern with. That's a whole nother set of pocket money that they can use to propagate their country.
Yeah.
And and our people sometimes they don't see it. We don't see it. We think they're doing something amazing. really they just taking money from you.
That's right.
They talk about the trust funds. I was talking about Marriott the other day. It's trust funds. They said they put in so much money in the bank that the bank starts giving them money. I said, so where the bank getting that money from? They taking that from you, black man, the poor. They charge you to be in the bank, but the rich person get a tax, extra. That's just for them to get more money for the kings of this kingdom. So that's what it's all about. Is eating us.
And
that's it right there.
If I could too, Captain Kapati, what you're saying so right, because where's the oversight on all this money? Like, where's is there gonna be a financial audit? Like, where's this money going? You just released this report to 1 point some billion. Okay, how is this money being allocated? Who is it going to?
Where's the receipts?
Right, there you go, Cap. Where's the receipts at? Come on,
where's
man.
Brothers in the UPK know what the hell that's like.
Right.
Where's the receipts? You have the receipt. Send me a picture of the receipts.
Hold on, hey Cap, are you buying double mint or you buying a spearmint? Which one? Like, come on, man. Like, where's this money going? And who's getting the money? What is being? But that's the thing with this country, man. And every election they talk about transparency. Imagine that, the American way. You understand? Right. This place here, they send all that money over there to them countries, man, and we over here suffering. But this just goes to show you what the Bible says is true. All these things, the Bible is a living word.
That's right.
Every newspaper, every article that comes out, it confirms God's word from everlasting to everlasting.
That's right.
Hey, and Salakia Mission, I don't know if you could pull it up too. Remember when Biden then pulled out from I think it's Afghanistan.
Yeah, recently.
You them Taliban have Apache helicopters now.
Yeah,
and it working.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Surface air missiles, rifles. They left all the tanks. They left a whole ton of stuff back there. But that's okay. That's how America operates. America operates. Remember, they're printing money. That's damn near in essence, not literally on the books, but damn near in essence backed by oil.
Right.
Like, so the more oil come on the ground, they'll print money because that's the only thing you could use to buy the oil.
Right.
So they could print that. So it ain't nothing to leave, 500 Hummers and 20 helicopters. We printing that in the morning.
That's right.
We printing that money right back in the morning. We sending that over there because guess what? Ukraine, Finland, Sweden, to survive this, you don't see how cold it was these past 2 days. All the way to the east. To survive that cold front going on right now in Europe, you're gonna need some oil, and you can't buy that oil in pounds or euros or rubles or the franc. You ought to buy that in US dollars.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So they I mean, the whole thing is set up so nice for them because the Lord gonna use this to drown them.
That's right.
The Lord gonna use this whole thing to drown them. You know what I mean? And this Zelensky, what is his name? Voldemort. He has an evil ass name, boy. Voldemort Zelensky. They're saying how he took a page out of Winston Churchill's book. Winston Churchill was the leader, the prime minister, president, whatever it was for England, for United Kingdom.
For World War II concert.
Yeah, and this is how he came dressed into the White House. Support. He came in their fatigues, and they're saying here how he damn near, took the, copied the whole approach from Winston Churchill. Where Winston Churchill had made a speech saying, "We're gonna fight in the forest and on the ground, whatever it takes. We just need the support." He said, "We're gonna fight over the air and the sea, whatever it takes. We just need the support." It's damn near the same thing.
Right? He reading the script.
It's damn. Once again, he's an actor.
He's an actor. Hey, if I can, Cap.
Before he gets here, he was an actor.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
And you know what's so heavy? An actor always forgets his lines eventually. and what you saying, Calvin, is so right. He's playing a role. I mean, like he doing an Academy Award performance. What he's doing right now with this whole role playing that he's doing. because he's not really a soldier.
Nope.
Let's just keep it real.
That's right.
You know a soldier when you see one. He ain't no soldier.
Uncle Hunt, just to add to what you're saying too, I believe that said that, you know what I mean, he used to be talking behind like a green screen.
Right. Right. Like he not like, man, that dude. And listen, they had him on Vogue magazine, man. Your you on Vogue. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Posing with your wife.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. Like, let's get real.
I seen this movie. Man. I seen the movie what he was in. I watched some of it. He was a horrible actor. It's
like, I mean, like, come on, man.
Yeah, I'm like, dang, this the guy. I seen the movie. Y'all should watch it. You can be like surprised.
Listen,
and they go to show.
He might have been in front of the cameras, but he's surely fooling, you know, the world with this shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. It goes to show how stupid our oppressor is, and how the Most High said, "I'm gonna put a stupid people over you." Like, you know what I'm saying? They're stupid. They're easily tricked and manipulated. Biden and Trump, all of them is just stupid idiots. But they rule over us because of our wickedness against the Most High, our sin against the Most High. These guys is a joke. It's all a joke. You know, everybody was just yelling, what was it, 2-3 days ago about Trump and the IRS, and now, the IRS didn't audit him. And man, this is all a game and a joke that they just going to do, just to go ahead and push World War III, just get it over with, just get it started so that our king can return. This is just all a joke. How they fall for it is amazing.
Listen, even and what you're saying is so right. It's definitely a joke, but what I would say for it too is this is a good education in the operations of our oppressor. Like if you pay attention to how they operate, like you damn near get an education, like a full course, a full 2 semester, 6 credit or 3 credit, whatever it is there, course on the oppressor, on how he operates, how he moves, what matters to him, how they move against each other and with each other. You get the point? Like you get to really see how they operate. It's good to sit back and watch them because for sure they're using that media and the imagery, the optics is so vital in everything they do. It's such a vital part of everything they do. What people see, and then it's not just what people see, but you have to have a strong enough voice to help people interpret what they see or to tell them what they see. You understand? It's damn near like that. Because who's on the cover of Vogue magazines? Models. You show this to anybody and hide the name Zelensky, they'll say, well, that's a man and a woman modeling. But somebody has to now tell you how to interpret this. Well, that's he's an embattled president of Ukraine and that's his wife. And Vogue one, this is not saying going to war is in style. This is saying, we need to all recognize the embattlement of Ukraine and how they're suffering and the poor. And now you begin to buy into whatever is being fed is the propaganda of it all. And now with that said, a glorified model and actor is not getting $1.8 billion. But a champion for people who's suffering gets $1.8 billion. So now nobody turns over cars in the streets. Nobody burns down banks. Nobody does anything like that because who's mad when you give a homeless person $20? Right. Who in the right mind would come out and say, you're wrong for that. How the hell you could get them so much money? Right. Nobody would say that shit.
Right.
It's
but the I.S.U.P.K.
nation, like what you was just bringing out, birth of a nation. Like I'm looking at the picture that you have, Vogue magazine, and you got the white woman, blonde hair, blue eyes. She has to be protected. The white woman has to be protected at any cost. If she's in Russia, Ukraine, Europe, America, it's just like Birth of a Nation. The first film that exploded in America was about making sure that we stay subjected because they have to protect their woman. So you're absolutely right taking it out of that book, sir. And I just wanted to say the reason why I was saying it was just a game and laughing is because we won West, and since the 60s We are the military of the Most High in Christ.
Yeah.
We don't Christ. We don't have to. We don't have to play this as a game. Commanding General Yohanna. Everybody always asks, well, why you call him Commanding General Yohanna? Or why do you have generals and captains and officers? When this is something that we do and embedded for our nation, to where they gotta play a script and play it out, and he gotta wear that ugly green sweater every time. When we should see our people as more honorable than anything on the planet, because we are the army of Christ. Salakia, sir.
No, you're so right. You're so right with it. You know what I mean? Listen, we don't give Zelensky get 1.8 billion and a whole hour of our time. You know what I mean? I think the hour was worth more than that money. That money don't mean nothing to that food. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want the Lord to be with Ukraine all the way into the Third World War. I pray the Lord is with them in their wings. You know, the wind hug, but let's say the wind beneath their wings, carry all them planes into the Third World War.
That's right.
Swiftly, right. And without any deviation from the plan. Let this thing unfold even more as they arming up to save their future. We get a chance to teach our people the truth. We get a chance now to show our people that America don't give a damn about us.
That's right.
We're talking about they don't have enough money for reparation. But so far this year, Ukraine probably get $1 trillion already. Just for the year. Just for the year. So this is excellent teaching tools. You brothers out there who teaching, you make sure you don't pass up the opportunity to explain to your people that America hates you. America does not respect us. America doesn't feel for us. We the only people who could respect us and feel for us.
That's right.
We are turning to the Lord now, not tomorrow. Now we have to come back and honor the Lord, so the Lord could have them go into this Third World War and fight and kill each other. That's what the hell they need to do. Go in there and fight and kill each other. So, I mean, unless you want to bring up anything else on Zelensky, yeah, definitely have a few more topics we could get rocking with. You know what I mean? Where you all want to go? We are the Stallion. We are Meg. Meg the Mare.
Meg the Mule.
Meg the Mule.
Hey, Salaki, can I say one thing, Cap? Hey, look. Look, I'll tell you, the manosphere took a hit off this one because online, look, they damn near comparing Meg the Stallion to one of the horses, the 4 horsemen riding for the apocalypse after what this happened. Damn. Like they sitting there like, what in the hell is going on, man? But boy, this is a lesson for a lot of brothers, man.
That's right.
And a lot of sisters. This is definitely a heavy lesson. I mean, the Lord is even using what's the trending topics to teach us a lesson, man. And I've never heard so many Bible quotes about a brother picking the right woman until this situation happened on social media more than ever.
Right.
I mean, more rappers is pulling Bible quotes now. And they pulling more Bible quotes in a little bit now. Because it is. Because guess what? Only God can explain this situation right and wrong.
Right.
Only God's word can really give you the right verdict and the right preventative measures to avoid this situation.
Right.
Kahanya, speaking about the UPK, Commander Yohanna set up, you know what I mean, a system where you have an issue with a brother or sister, you bring it to council. You go to your camp leader and you get your counsel, and righteous judgment is going to come down. You understand? As the Bible says, you go into the unjust for justice. Okay.
Well, listen, either way, you can't go, whether he go, in this case, Tory, he can't go before the just and get justice or the unjust because you're effing with a whole Negro. Like you mean I could already see this council. Gerald Q, why are we here today? You mean we here because of this hoe?
Ho.
Oh my gosh, like that's the root of this thing here.
Yeah.
The root of this thing here, and you know, of course, the the American public. We've been trained. I want to say we, even the world around the Caribbean, South America. You have to say that's the American public, because what comes out of the TV again, controlling the media, controlling perspectives, controlling interpretation, controlling what your thoughts are on something, even though you've seen it with your own eyes.
That's right.
We've been trained to be so polarized.
That's right.
When it comes to male and female issues.
That's right.
And this here was a battle of the sexes, just like Johnny Depp damn court case.
Right.
Johnny Depp court case was a battle of the sexes. It was a battle of the sexes, and it turns out that white males dominate everything, including justice.
That's right.
That's what it turns out to be. So now this year, for the longest, was a battle of the sexes. And a ton of people was talking about, black women been suffering abuse forever, and quoting Sojourner Truth, brother. Quoting Sojourner Truth, and because of course, Megan Thee Stallion is supposedly bigger than the average size woman or America's standard of beauty. This big old woman, and making fun of her and why she had to get this abuse and blah 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 blah. But the root of this thing here is not who shot who and who didn't get shot. The root of this thing here is whoring. That's the root of this here.
Thank you.
Whoring and whoredoms and loving whores.
Come on.
That's the root of this exact thing here.
And Slakika, I mean to cut you off, but what you're saying is so heavy, meaning this, like brothers might take this or sisters might take this and be like, that's why I'm going to get a white woman. That's why I'm going to get a white man. That's why I ain't messing with brothers,
right?
Sisters. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
When the point you're trying to make is, you can't fall in love with a hoe and expect her to be, your princess. A princess at the same time. Your choice, you're gonna have to choose right. You understand? Likewise with sisters, you're gonna have to choose right. And the only way that you could choose right is to come into this school that Commander Gen.YAHANNA built. That's the only way. So we're gonna get out of that.
And if I could, real quick,
please.
What I perceive another thing about it is a lot of brothers, it's hit them home, it hurt them, or they're really enthralled with it because they all wanted Meg Thee Stallion.
Loving whores. Once
they
again.
wanted Meg Thee Stallion. They seen themselves in this.
Yeah.
Like, how could this happen? This Meg, because before this situation, everybody wanted her. She's Stallion. She this, she that. Even in her songs, though, she's tearing black men down, or saying she's gonna take your money, all problems, whatever, saying whore stuff. But they want that whore. Now they see themselves being screwed over by a whore. But so to them, it's like, damn, I'm hit. The manosphere is like, damn, I took a hit because, like you said, they love whores too.
Yeah, they enjoy, what America presents, and of course, with her coming out, she was the youngest, freshest thing for people to lust over. It's damn near. She's filling the void that Beyonce has aged out of, and Cardi B is aging out of. That Rihanna now, she aged out of it. Everybody see her full of a full belly with a baby. She aging out of it. This is the one who is free game. Everybody fantasize over, and that song, the WAP, the WAP, all that kind of stuff. As you're saying, it's it lends more to the whole hype and the seduction and everything like that. And this also exposes what that industry is like, because it came out, they had the deposition, and then they used it in the trial, how much people this girl was having sex with. And brother, that list is long and strong.
That's right.
That list she got there, brother. I mean, she making the wrongs out.
So lucky.
Yikes.
If I could, it almost make her look like a groupie. You would think that she wasn't a superstar, but they're going to show you a lot of these women, they do that to fill a void. It's spiritual also. But like you said, the whole thing about how this brother, this whole thing unfolded, man, like the Bible say, man, you know, if I could give one scripture,
please,
if I can, Proverbs 23 and 27. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 23 and 27, it says, "For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit." You know, like these situations, man, we gotta be. And the scriptures also say, beware of whoredom, because these types of situations, they always multiply evils. You know what I'm saying? And brothers get jammed up. This brother here, Tory Lanez, they saying he facing 22 years and on top of deportation, man.
Wow.
And this brother here, now he was, you know, he's a rapper, an entertainer, and was making money for his family and his children. I think he even brought one of his children, a couple of his children, to the trial, you know, to show he's a family man. And now all that's to jeopardize, man, behind the woman, behind the wrong kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that we have to definitely pay attention to. Commander General Yohanna, like you said, Captain Athak, he got a system we got a system in the UPK of how we do things, and how, and the process is things that could not only protect men but protect our sisters. You know what I'm saying? So when we deviate from that and we go about how we want to do it, then you're open and subject to, you know, these type of infirmities, man. And everybody's talking about this. The women are talking about it. The men are talking about it. Everybody in the Black and Hispanic, Native American Indian community are talking about this, and they want to dissect this thing from a viewpoint where they can get some understanding. Some of them, they picking sides. It's a battle of the sexes to some of them, but there's some truth coming out when you listen to the I.S.U.P.K. We bringing out the truth. We setting this house in order.
Yep. You know what helped Tory Lanez? You see this girl? Where's her father? Let me go talk to her father before. Now, some people is looking at this as, well, they in the world, they this, that. Now we're seeing it's time for your practices in the world to be thrown in the trash.
That's
and
right.
You follow what's being laid down in
That's
here.
right.
That's right.
This brother getting time like he murdered somebody.
That's right.
She ain't lost the foot. And from what I remember, it ain't the bullet they pull out of the foot. It's fragments. It's almost like the ground was shot and then whatever smash up into her foot. So, you know, we had to go right back to basics right here. It's too much nasty bullshit going on in this world, man.
That's right.
The world of Israel. That's really what this is here. Too much nasty nonsense. Yeah, and this other brother here in the pink is supposed to be this girl's husband.
Pardon.
Yeah, for a couple, I think for a couple, at least over a year or almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Before him, it was rumored that she was dealing with the bodyguard. She went with the bodyguard right after that Moneybag Yo. I think Moneybag Yo was with her first.
Right.
And then she left him, and it was rumored the bodyguard was the one who was dealing with her. Somehow she found time for Ben Simmons. I mean, who else? There's a few others they name.
And Salaki. They said the boyfriend, like they said that he embarrassed by this whole thing coming out about, because at first she said that she told Gayle King, you know what I'm saying, that she wasn't sexually involved with Tory Lanez.
Right.
Then it came out that she was sexually involved, like that she lied on the interview. I mean, that hurt her right there. And then now this brother here, he got to deal with the embarrassment. He got to deal with, man. Like I don't really see them being together too long, to be honest. After this whole ordeal, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, Uncle. I don't know. I see this making them stronger. I see this solidifying a bond between them two.
How I said, money talks, BS walks.
Listen, not only that, you have to remember we live in the day of the internet. So now this is what I'm seeing, and I'm not trying to polarize the arguments or anything. Tory Lanez, I don't believe he shot the girl, because I read some of the case. The witnesses changed their stories within the last week. They read the first statement they make, and then they show you the statement they made this week, and a lot of it was changed. So this girl here, right? There's a lot of women who are whores, who are felt justified
Right.
by Tory Lanez getting a guilty verdict.
Yes.
Because they have something in common with Megan Thee Stallion, right? There's a lot of brothers who are hurt, as you know, Captain Kapash was bringing out, because they have something in common with Tory Lanez, which is the love of these whores. Now, this poor brother here, he done took this woman knowing she was easy, because that's every woman you ever get in your life easy. There's no difference. The only thing is, in the world, you don't know. There's nobody telling you, brother, all these women you get in is easy. Anybody could get them. So he's not with her. With the, you know, the Beehive and the Rihanna supporters and the female energy that's on the internet. If this brother walks away from her now, they are going to come get him. They are going to pressure him so much that he abandoned her in her darkest hour. Man tried to kill this woman, and the court didn't lie, and you abandon her. Brother, he is going to cleave unto this woman. That's if he leaves her, I'll be very shocked.
So like you said, because he did come out and say that. He did come out with the statement of we need to protect women of color, and this whole case shows that, you know, the protection of women of color, and we need to stand on that. He put out this long tweet about black women now. But was this
recently?
Yeah, it was recently that he put it out. I think this past week he put out a tweet about protecting women of color and what women of color go through. You know,
but sir, I was just woman of color went through a lot of men. That's what she went through.
A lot of
men.
Right.
A lot of
Go ahead.
I think too, though, sir, Salakia. I think the like what Captain Kapash was bringing out, it's just this strong demon on Israel to love a hoe. I don't think he'll leave her because that demon of lusting for a hoe. That is a strong demon on Israel. Like if you look at the entertainment world, you look at the athletic world, they be with the same women.
Yeah,
it's a demon on them, and it's like they'll all be with the same women. Deion Sanders is with babyface old woman. Michael Strand is with babyface old woman. Kanye West had to get with Kim Kardashian because she was with such and such and such and such. It's a demon on Israel to where we have to love and lust after these hoes. And it's mind-boggling to me because you could go right down the street and see a sister that looks just like, and it just perplexed me when I hear sisters on this whole, oh, it's because of the standard of beauty. Megan Thee Stallion is tall and big, and America doesn't. Shut up. Black men like sisters, period. So you could walk down the street and see a woman that looks just like Megan Thee Stallion. But you got to get with Megan Thee Stallion because that demon on you is like, oh, she slept with who? Oh, okay. Now I got to be down with that. It's like a sodomite.
Listen, that's why I was just going to comment on that, Azania. That demon is the demon of Sodom. Because the only attraction that Kanye had with Kim is because she had so much other people.
Yeah.
The only reason Tory Lanez is with this, girl here is because she done slept with everybody else. He had to get her, and it's the same thing like how you mentioned the Deion Sanders with the baby face. All of them straight hum with the other one. And then they damn near had a whole fight over Eddie Murphy, a woman when that's the same one.
Well, yeah, Eddie Murphy's
ex-wife.
Michael Strahan.
Right, brother. It wasn't just him. It was a ton of them. That Shannon Sharp was talking about her publicly on the show, saying, "Oh, she's done with him. Yeah, oh, come over here. I forgot her name." And that's really what it is. Like that. What you're bringing out there is so heavy, and is once again the culture of this world had to go away, man.
So the
culture of this world, like what the brotherhood that had to be shown here. Like I hear you protect the sisters. I understand that. I'm going to raise you one. You're gonna have to protect brotherhood in order to protect sisters.
That's right.
Because what would stop this nonsense is for Deion Sanders to say, You was with Babyface for 15 years. Woman, go back to your husband.
That's it.
Right.
Go back to that man.
That's right.
And that would stop a lot of nonsense that be happening where a woman thinks she has an option after she lays with you.
That's right.
The option closed. That's it. You're done.
That's right. Salakia, Cap. I mean to cut you here, but use the same thing that remember when Creflo Dollar tell Eddie Long?
Yep.
Eddie Long church members go back to Eddie Long. You know what I mean?
Don't abandon him.
You know what I mean?
He said, don't abandon him. Everybody has a wreck. And Jesus paid the premium. Go back and support Eddie Long. Listen, man, that's what really needs to happen. There had to be a certain amount of, everybody talking about the bro code and this, that, the other. One bro code that will stop a whole ton of murders, a whole ton of dysfunctional children and families that are going on, is for one man to say, I will not entertain you.
That's it.
Because you done laid down with this man. Hey, brother, she over here trying to talk to me. I told her, go right back to you, brother. Listen, man, I ain't gonna never, ever listen to anything she's saying. That's your woman. I don't care if she mad at you for 2 years. That's your woman.
That's it.
Now, where is she gonna go? Brother, that would end child support.
That's it.
That would end child support.
That's right. So
you want child support from a brother. Meanwhile, you have a new man. Let the new man take care of the kids.
Right.
If you want the father to pay child support, then you have to stay with the father.
That's it.
Protect brotherhood if you want to protect black women.
That's right,
brother.
That's
right.
That's all.
Right, sir.
I like you.
So, like, if I could, Captain, and they just need to come into the UPK, man. And listen, I just got to say this, man. I got a little experience riding horses since we talking about stallions. And I just say this. Hold on. I just want to say this, Cap. Before you hop on a horse, before you saddle a horse has to have a bridle. You have to put a bit in a horse's mouth to control it. The bridle is for to control that horse, right? So if you're going to ride that horse, you have to have a means to control that horse. That horse has to be broken. It's the same thing with a woman that's not charted right. She has to learn how to submit. Submission is the bridle that controls a woman.
That's right.
If we're talking about stallion and riding that horse to the Old Town Road, you got to understand what time it is when you riding a horse. A horse come on, Michelle. You know what I'm saying? You got to have this from the giddy up. You got to know this from the giddy up. Captain Mashak, Captain Al-Fat, all the rest of the family. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, come on, you got to have something you can hold on to. And that thing that you hold on to with a woman, that is the submission that she has. That bridle makes that horse submit. That's what all the rest of you stallions out there that want to ride. You want somebody to ride, you want somebody to be able to saddle, you gotta have that submission, and he will ride you properly.
That's right.
You will be for full domestic use if you want to get real with this thing. Okay. I had to use some metaphors a little bit, similes a little bit on this thing.
You had to paint the picture. You had to paint the picture because once again, she making money. She could go on tour right now in Bangladesh and sell out. You know what I mean? Tory Lanez, he getting deported. His music gonna still be played. He gonna still ghostwrite for people and make beats. That party at Fontaine, he's a rapper. He gonna do whatever he do. You get the point? But this really is for Israelites who are looking at them and making life decisions based on that mess.
That's
what
right.
Johan brought out there, with all the comedy with it, what he said there was absolutely true and strong.
What's that?
Before you get up on that horse has to be broken first. And what comes before, what deceives many? Pride. That's what it says about Esau. Your pride has deceived thee. This world gives women a certain amount of pride in things. And that's why Megan Thee Stallion made the comment, I wish she had killed me. She never thought one day her escapades would be on legal dockets in a court for everybody to read. Now take that home. For all you Instagram thotties models and all you you posters looking for the 500 likes and posting your Cash App. If something were to happen on your T-Mobile or your AT&T or your whoever else is out there, Cricket, I don't think Cricket's around no more. Whoever else you're with, Boost, and if something were to happen and your whole file would be on the internet for everybody to see who you effing every other night, how would your life be? The shame of it would make you wish you didn't do this thing. It'll make you want to die, which really is the job of that demon that makes you a whore in the first place.
That's right.
The demon wants you to die, so he makes you promiscuous. He seduces you to be promiscuous, hoping you catch AIDS or some STD and you die. You don't catch it. Now, somebody fighting over you and fires a shot in your direction. I think it's the other girl. That's the two women who he effing find out they both effing the same little hobbit and the man.
Right.
The other girl shoots at her. Now, you survive all of that. I wish I was dead. Y'all better go get suicide watch for this big girl.
It's a locket. And you know it's so right. And I just wanted to use that comedic episode I just said for a lot of our sisters to understand. I use that word bridal because if you want to be a bride, you have to have a bridal. You can just substitute that word. You just cut it short. Use that word bride as bridal. Because you have to have that understanding that a man has to be, if you want to be, and a stallion is a top grade horse. So if that's what you aspire to be, you have to have something. You want to give the man that control, you have to be able to submit to that man, man. You understand? Like that's important. And that's what the Lord using these things as teaching methods for us as a nation. Because guess what? We all have some things that we have to understand and control and be able to submit we have to submit ourselves to Christ.
That's right.
Everyone has a level of submission, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a hierarchy, there's a chain of command, and there's enough correction to go around for everybody.
That's right.
But that's what Captain Mashak is bringing out, and the rest of the captains in Kazakh Ahmad is bringing out on the Black Watch, that we have to understand this in order for us to get from point A to point B. The horse and the rider, we both have to get from point A to point B. Now, we're going to stay stuck here if we don't understand that there has to be a level of command, a chain of command. You understand? That's how we progress. I yield. Salakia, sir.
And that's heavy, Salakia, because the one hoe came out. She was in the interview. Brittany Renner, the one that got pregnant by the basketball player and took all his money.
Yeah.
Yeah. She came out recently and had an interview and said if she could go back to her 20-year-old self, she would change everything. She said she was wrong for glorifying having sex with everybody because she was broken. That's the reason why she did it. So it comes out.
I saw that interview, and she this is what she also said this part. She also said this part here where, once again, I'm bringing it right back to what Kahan said, where there's some sisters gonna take offense, and Kahan is not calling no woman a horse or anything. He's making the analogy. That broken part has to come with you because it's so easy to swell pride in a woman. Pride swells very easily in her. This is what she said. She said when she looks back at the amount of men she had sex with, and she looks at them, she gets disgusted because they were not worth her body, which means she still thinks of herself as above those men she had sex with.
Right.
You understand? I saw that interview that she did. What's going on with her now is she's stepping out of that age bracket that's desirable.
That's right.
She's no longer young and defying gravity.
Right.
So now, them young basketballers who them Ja Morant, Sunday, what's the other big one? Zion Williamson. They ain't looking at her no more. They're looking at the younger ones. So now she had to find some way to shift the whole paradigm for her.
Right.
She still turn around and say these men, you know, were not worth her body. You were not worth theirs.
That's right.
That's really what it was, and that's why they passed you around so much.
Yeah.
Like again, to what Kahan said, it's so Kahan, what you said is so manifold, where there's correction for everybody around. If those men wasn't worth you, was you worth them?
Yeah.
So then if they wasn't worth you, you wasn't worth them either.
That's it.
It has to have a balance on the table. If they were worth you, then you was worth them. If they was not worth you, then you wasn't worth them either. If they was trash, you was trash.
And Meshach, as the Bible say, a wicked woman will be given a portion to a wicked man.
Thank you.
I mean, it ain't no, you're both losing. You understand what I'm saying? You're both losing on it. You know what I mean? Like your shame bucket had to have the biggest hole on the planet. You can't hold no water.
No water.
For you to be in court and they reading out the list of men you had sex with.
Hey, listen. Not just the list. Brother, details.
Oh, man.
Good night.
Not just the list. Not just, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you did you have fellatio with the baby? So all that baby talk, baby made a song how he said he was putting the rod up in the stallion. That wasn't a lie.
Damn.
And now your man had a look at you. I mean, good night.
Might as well lay down and vomit.
Good. It's a rough situation. It's an absolute. You mean to tell me that Brittany Renner, none of those men, she looked back and be like, you know what? He was a good brother. I was wrong. All of those men made mistakes. They was all worthless. But you worthless.
So Lockie, Captain Mashak, if I can amplify what you and Captain Nathak just said, that's why self-accountability is liberating. For all you women that like to talk about women liberation. They did that with our mothers, doing that women's liberation movement. Well, let me tell you something. And they were fooled too. A lot of those white women, they follow behind about that women liberation. They end up being married with grandkids now. And if you still single, it's a single parent with no man in the house. Self-accountability is liberating. If you want to liberate yourself as a woman, you have to take self-accountability. That is what frees you. But the thing is, they want to kick the can up the road and keep doing this thing, man. When you really look at what's going on, and this is why Captain Shock said something that was heavy about shame. Is the scripture where, if I can get that scripture, if anyone can find it, Officer Kazaka, where it talks about there's a shame that's counted for a righteousness and a shame.
Go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 41.
Yeah.
Come on, sir. You know what I'm saying? That shame is healthy for, especially if you got a young daughter. Shame is healthy, man. You need to teach them girls shame at a young age. The problem is now there's no shame. There's blame, but there's no shame.
And if I could interject right there, and where there is shame, there's Instagram and likes and follows to swallow it up.
That's right. Damn right.
Wherever shame would exist, one picture, one ass cheek picture, and 1,000 likes, and the DMs is flooded. You explaining the wrong or the right. She got 1,000 people that says different.
That's right. That's right.
You know. Go ahead, brother.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cap Kapash. If you want to say something, Salah.
It'd just be real quick. To what Cap Mashak said, so heavy. I noticed it when I first got on TikTok. It was a couple female content creators I would follow because they were funny. They'll make certain jokes and stuff, but sometimes they'll make a little sexual type joke here and there. But I seen they would get it more and more into it, to where one was funny, but then she started trying to wear like a nurse outfit, trying to placate. I seen it. I'm like, she started to placate more and more to the whoredom side of it, not being a content creator and being funny and being creative. Now she's trying to get more and more the attention, sexual attention now, because I guess she's starting to maybe see the numbers climbing. And like what Captain Shock said, in this world, that's what they promote, and they need a strong spirit to go against it. If you're gonna stop your daughter from 1,000 views, 1 million views, all she gotta do is take it off. You gotta instill a strong mind, spirit of the Lord to fight that, to stop that, because it's unacceptable.
Hey, Salaki Mashak, a brother wanted to expound on the point you make with the Instagram, because what the point that you're bringing across are the news station, the news media is not bringing this across. They're not. They're looking at it as just, that's a regular lifestyle, making a living because of the money she's making, and she's a celebrity. When that is not a regular lifestyle. That's right. Understand? It's not. Your oppressor, that's, his type of lifestyle. Not yours, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's not your type of lifestyle. That's why you've been put in a situation where you could spend 22 years in prison, not for murder. You understand?
Not for trafficking or
understand?
A kingpin or something.
Right. But because of a wrong moral choice.
Yep.
Straight up. You know what I mean? So Salakia, I don't know if you want to, explain to him.
I'm gonna come back to the card. I don't want Kahan lose his point that he was bringing up with Ecclesiastica. So the brother Blackley, I'm gonna come right back to you on this point. All right, Kahan, please.
Kahan, sir. If I get that scripture, my brother.
You muted because I ain't hearing you.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, you're straight now.
Kawaka, sir. Ecclesiasticus chapter 41, verses 16. Therefore, be shamefaced according to my word, for it is not good to retain all shamefacedness, neither is it altogether approved in everything. Be ashamed of whoredom before father and mother. Kawakan, and of a lie before a prince. Kawakan, and of a lie before a prince and a mighty man.
You understand? Like there's two types of shame, man. There's a shame that's counted for righteousness, and there's a shame that's counted for evil. You understand? Like you got to remember. You know what I'm saying? Right? There's two types of nakedness in the garden. Oh, yeah, where it talks about the shame, a shame that's counted. But I think that was kind of touching on it too. But the one where it says there's a shame in the Apocrypha where it talks about there's a shame. Because Captain Shock said something that was so heavy, man, about that Instagram, about them covering that shame, man. Like shame is, things that's shameful is promoted now, man. You know what I'm saying? And Captain Shock just broke it down with the Instagram. I know he's gonna expound more on it, but that right there is what we fight up against. Our flesh as men, we attracted to it, our flesh, but our spirit has to know, okay, look, this ain't the place or the time you supposed to be doing that. And it only supposed to be doing that with your man. You understand? But you showing off your sex appeal, a woman ain't supposed to be showing off her sex appeal to every man. You understand? Right. That's advertising if you want to be true about it, But yeah, that scripture there,
check chapter 42. Check chapter 42. You can start at
You said verse 1?
Yeah, you can start at verse 1.
Kawakan. Ecclesiasticus chapter 42, verse 1. Of these things be not thou ashamed, and accept no person to sin thereby. Of the law of the Most High and his covenant, and of judgment to justify the ungodly, of reckoning with thy partners and travelers, or of the gift of the heritage of friends, of exactness of balance and weights, or of getting much or little, and of merchants indifferent selling, of much correction of children.
I think I might have messed it up there again. So like you.
I think someone posted in the comments, said a shame that bringeth forth righteousness and the shame that bringeth forth sin. I think they just quoted it. But
Ecclesiasticus 4.
Chapter 4. Yes, I thought I saw that.
Chapter 4. Kawakan.
4 and 21.
Yeah, 21.
Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 21.
Start at 20, in fact. Salaki, brother.
Kawakai. Ecclesiastes or Ecclesiasticus?
Ecclesiasticus 4 and 20 and 21.
You again?
Yeah, Kawakai.
I'll get a quick haircut. I'll be right here.
No sweat.
All right. Observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. For there is go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
There is a shame that bringeth sin, and there's a shame which is glory and grace.
You see that, man? That's heavy, man. Like the Lord is giving you a twofold. There is a shame that bringeth forth sin, and a shame that bringeth forth righteousness, man. Like being ashamed to show off your sex appeal, that's righteous. That's a righteous shame, because you're not gonna show it off to every man. You're not gonna be out here doing everything. But the woman that's out there to say I ain't got no shame, then she really one that's gonna be shamed. You understand? Because there was too tight. There was a nakedness in the garden with Adam. They wasn't ashamed. The scriptures say it. The Adam and Eve, they were naked and they wasn't ashamed. But then when they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, they were naked. They knew they were naked and they were ashamed. That's what Captain Mashak was. I mean, part of what he was. I know he's going to expound on a little bit more, but that's so right, man. What's going on? And it's a hellified fight, because social media now. Like I remember before TikTok, I was saying this on the street at camp. I said they can look on Google Maps. They can zoom down from a satellite and see the crack of your behind.
Yep.
On Main Street from a satellite. So now you ain't got to do that now. Now it's all on on the World Wide Web.
Yep.
And I want to emphasize the point wide. You understand? That's what's going on. Some of you sisters should be charged with sexual assault. What you wearing on these streets? It's really a sexual assault against men on what you wearing out here publicly. To be honest, in a righteous kingdom, it would be sexual assault how you carrying on out here against men. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to bring that point out, Captain Water. Sir.
No, you absolutely right, brother. You absolutely right with it. And okay, once again, to the sisters listening, you all might think it's one-sided and blaming the sisters. It's not blaming the sisters. This is a matter of accountability. And on the flip side, just balancing the same thing is men who liking it, and some of your women be liking them whole pictures too. And that gives that particular individual the confidence they need to not change. You understand? It gives them the encouragement you need to not change. Y'all ever hear the word, like words are so heavy, especially coming in the truth. You hear different words and you start having a different appreciation for it. When now you have encouragement and discouragement. Like courage is bravery. You're a brave individual. You have a lot of courage. And you could encourage somebody. You could give them courage. Or you could build up their bravery to do certain things. Or you could discourage. You could now start taking away from the courage they have to do a particular thing. The issue we're having is we're living in this oppressor's world. That social media encourages a lot of whole behavior.
Yes.
It encourages a lot of whole behavior, and the likes is validation or further encouragement, even though you might have 10 men who could come and out you and say they don't have you, all in 1 month. And that should discourage you. Like Megan Thee Stallion, what came out here in this case, the gunshot alone should discourage her from her behavior. Being put in that position just by itself, she should be like, you know what? I had to change this shit. I can't be like that. I can't be in this situation here. I ain't never seen, all the crackhead they say Whitney Houston was, I ain't never see her fighting with no broad in the street. And she was no sillow and nimble. She would go off on it. Like there's certain women, you ain't seeing them in them situations. But now she's going to get encouraged and emboldened to do even more. Look for her to do another song with Cardi B and be more raunchy. Now we have to rebuild that image and encourage it. And this happens on a micro scale all throughout our lives in Israel. Because now you're trying to correct your daughter, you're trying to correct your son, you're trying to correct some rape or some sister, and you telling her something that's hard to hear, that's not good, hard for her to hear, hard for her to digest. But brother, she makes one post and 500 people are telling her there's nothing wrong with her.
Right. Yeah.
There's beauty there. Right. What's going on, Queen? And of course, brother, because of who she is, the pride is easily, it swells in her. So the discouragement you trying to bring against a certain attitude or behavior or, action or something she's doing, she's being encouraged 1,000 times over. And then it's there for any time she feels down, she could go scroll back. You get the point? You go scroll back with the thing. Now, this is where everybody had to get clear. The Facebook is not the problem. The Instagram is not the problem. It's what's inside of her is the problem.
That's right.
You understand? Without the Facebook and the Instagram, she would be thought in high school and you would know nothing because you are the slave. She'd be thought on the job. You wouldn't know it because you're not there. She getting validation from somebody against what you're saying. So now society as a whole has to change. It absolutely has to change, and that change only happens under the guidance of the Israelite School of UPK under command of where a sister can't now despise the correction or the authority she has from her father or her husband or her camp leader, and now go get validated somewhere around this world that we're in, that we live in, called the UPK.
Right.
You understand that does not happen. You're not going to go get validated by that thing and be emboldened. You're going to be held accountable for this thing right here. Because we all live at that higher standard of it. So you're not going to see that Megan Thee Stallion nonsense up in here.
Right.
You ain't going to see that. What the hell is that shit?
Right.
And Saki,
go ahead.
And that's to show you too, like that whole culture, that whole rap culture is pushed by, by the oppressor.
That's right.
What I'm saying? Because no, the songs that they're singing, they're trying to what? Some of them trying to live it. That WAP, she was actually living it. You understand what I'm saying? So some of these brothers, they're actually trying to live what they're singing. And that's not our culture. And it's gonna be, some of us downfall. You understand what I'm saying?
If I could, Cap, I know General Muhammad always would bring out say this saying with sisters. If you want to, we always say to sisters, be a mystery. If you want to appeal to a man, you want to attract to a man, keep things away from him that he can't like you don't expose everything. Like it's like anything. Like courting is like, it's almost like he's trying to figure you out. He has to understand you, see what you like. You putting everything online, including your Cash App. You got to understand what's going on. This is really you monetizing your sex appeal, which is I ain't even say a light form of prostitution. A lot of you getting flued out. A lot of you getting all kind of surgeries to modify your body and do all these different things from people who just want to use you sexually. But if you was to come into the Israelite School of UPK, come into the righteous, a place where you can understand the righteous place where you get the right counsel and correction, you would understand what it means to be a woman. You understand? That whole definition of what a woman is now is tainted, and it's tainted on multiple fronts because now a man can be a woman, and now you can be a trans. So we really in the last days, brothers and sisters. So they got to move the definition around. They got to change the definition in order, like Captain Mashak brought out, to hide the shame. You got to reach or define words now. You got to change the standards now. All these things when God don't make mistakes. Anytime you try to socially engineer society outside of God's plan, it always backfires. You understand? Or ricochets in this case with Megan Thee Stallion. This what goes on. This what goes on. This is what the Lord stop defying the Lord's convention. You understand? The things that we think that are right, it's really wrong in this place, man. Yeah. So and how do you know it? Just look at this case here. Check the internet right now and see how everybody's talking about how this whole thing is messed up. You got people in the world that's agreeing with the UPK right now. Yep. They're gonna watch Black Watch and they're gonna upload a video tomorrow saying, you know what, I got a new perspective now because they seeing what God is saying is right.
That's right.
I yield.
Listen,
what Tutu was just saying.
No, I was just gonna make this point here. This brother saying here, Keith Bankroll, he's absolutely right. That like her attorneys is thinking about going after these big bloggers who wrote things in the past that was what they say was incorrect according to the case, or made it worse because, of course, the key witnesses changed their statements this week, recanted on the first thing, and changed their whole statement about it. Now, of course, Tory Lane's lawyers is going to appeal the whole thing, which is what I want to see. I want to see the appeal and see more of the evidence to see if it happened how they say it happened. But what you're saying is so right. Like now they're going to try to control her image and give her some sort of encouragement further to go on back when like the correction can't come by muzzling the bloggers. The bloggers is providing the shame.
Right.
That's it.
You understand? Like imagine you in a situation where somebody's saying something, but they could only say it because you was actually there while that was going on. A sensible person would be like, you know what? I shouldn't have even put myself in that situation for even to be referred to like that.
Right.
To even to be talked about like that. I know better now. I can't put myself in them situations. You know what I mean? That was it. Go ahead, Kapash.
It's like Cap was on y'all. You had something?
Yeah. I just wanted to say something real quick. Because you know the scripture that talks about what they call evil good and call good evil, like the captains are bringing out, because you can see that in this whole the 2-year period. Megan Thee Stallion was on Saturday Night Live after the shooting. She was on Saturday Night Live, putting up the Black Power fist and saying protect the Black woman. Meanwhile, at the same time, she's twerking. And when they had asked her, they said, well, why did you lie initially to the police? She said, well, in Black culture, because of the murder of George Floyd, I didn't want to, we don't speak to, and it just goes to show that white supremacy is so strong. Captain I.S.U.P.K was bringing it out, how the oppressor is pushing this. It's so strong that Black people are thinking that this is pro-Black. Black women think being a hoe is pro-Black. They're going to look at Megan Thee Stallion, like you said, Captain Mashak, and now they're going to encourage her to be a hoe even more. You wasn't wrong. I heard one sister say, because you Black boys is just mad because she wouldn't bust it open for you. And I'm just like, so you want her to be a hoe? We want to be hoes. We want abortion. We want STDs. We want death, and then we're going to call it pro-Black, which is a complete utter shame, and it's an atrocity against the Most High, because it's not good at all. And this is what y'all was talking about with the sacrifice. Like, the brothers got to make a sacrifice. When we come in here, we got to submit and we got to be in order. The sisters have to do the same thing. And that's the only thing that's going to change our nation, is stop being so goddamn selfish and make that sacrifice to do it. And that's what's going to fix Black people. She brought up George Floyd. She should have been ashamed to bring up George Floyd, brother that died. That should have been a Black people should go nuts and say, you should never bring up George Floyd for you being a hoe. That's an shame. That's an embarrassment. We seen the oppressor murder our brother on TV. And because you was fighting another sister over the brother, like y'all, like sisters always do, you're gonna bring it up, and it's pro-black now, and it's protect the black woman. We in the ISUPK are protecting black women by telling you to stop being a hoe.
That's right.
So you need to take their advice and stop being a hoe, and maybe people wouldn't be shooting at you. That's right. That's exactly the life that we're trying to instill in our people. So the water for Commander General Yahanna for keeping this flame, because it would be nobody anywhere to go against this. Like Captain Khan been bringing out. This is cancel culture. This is the real cancel culture, and we need to cancel the oppressor, cancel white supremacy, cancel horrorism, sodomites. We need to cancel it all, because that's the only way we're going to uplift our nation. And I can see it. I hear all these people, you know, all the politicians, all the voters, all the pro-blackity black conscious, Grand Rising, all the vegan, you know, he got to drink a vegan shake for the black nation and all that. And I just keep telling them, you are not pro-black. You are not pro-black at all, because you people don't want to sacrifice like we do in the ISUPK. So just like Captain Kahan was saying about the horse and the bridle, y'all need to give the reins to us, because we're the only ones that will be able to control our people.
Come on. So, like, can I say one thing? Is on there, you on fire, Captain Zodiac. Hey, man, give it up, man. Hey, Captain Zodiac. Hey, can I say one thing, man? What you saying is so right. Now listen to the narrative of this. They saying we got to protect black women, but in this case, from who? Black men.
Exactly.
See, you gotta follow this thing all the way to the T. When they use these little cliches, protect black women. Protect black women from who? In this case, legally, it's from another black man.
Yeah, that's right.
And that is how they dividing. This is the black feminism all over again. They have to keep reinventing. The devil is running out of costumes now. You know what I'm saying? He's running out of, like, his playbook don't change. He's just running out of costumes now. So now he got to put Megan Thee Stallion up. She gonna be the voice of black women, really? After all this we want our daughters to look up to. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna protect black women from accountability. You're gonna be exposed to accountability, like we all have to be in order for us to be a nation and not be a second-class citizen in this godforsaken place you call America. Right. You understand? Like Megan Thee Stallion, like this whole thing was about a sexual escapade, man. It ain't got nothing to do with being pro-black. This was a sexual escapade gone wrong. You understand? And then this what happened. And then now you want to hide behind blackness. Let me tell you something. You ain't gonna be able to hide. Look, the Bible say this, that you supposed to put a hedge around a woman. You understand? Unless that possession is spoiled. That hedge is for to protect her from harm from others and herself. That's a hedge that we have to put around these women. And these women not going to skate accountability. You understand? I don't care what day it is. I don't give a damn if it's Christmas, Valentine's Day, the UPK. Look, we break hearts on Valentine's Day. Let me tell you something. The UPK, we gonna hold black women, Hispanic and Native American Indian women to accountability. We don't care who is for it or against it. We gonna hold you to accountability. And you know we gonna press the button all the way. And just like the Lord say to do, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to be held accountable as men also.
But this is if I could segue right there. Like what you're saying is so right about, protecting the women and the hedge around them. And, of course, the scripture I pulled before, the scripture, what they referenced before with the bridle and the bit, even the book of James, it tells you, because could you just read that for me real quick? I definitely want to not get back, but I'm jumping off of that one here to this point. Let me get James 3:3, or if anybody Kapasha was on it, yeah, you have it. Whoever have it first, because you have it.
Kawaka. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, please.
Kawaka. James chapter 3, verse 3. Behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths, that they may obey us.
That they may what?
That they may obey us.
That's the first thing. And who's the us here? When Paul is writing to James, who is the us?
The brothers.
The brothers.
Men. Yeah, the Lord.
He's saying they will obey us. Go ahead.
And we turn about their whole body.
And we turn about their whole body. You understand? We turn about their whole body. Their whole body is being able to be controlled by the bit in the mouth. That small thing, that small member is able to now, once it's be able to be controlled, it could control the whole body. It could stop a body from having sex with somebody else.
Right.
By you controlling that thing, you controlling everything right here, and it's so spiritual and heavy, fools would not understand it. Like this I.S.U.P.K, I don't know who this is, a white man or whatever, but this is an idiot. You get the point? Nobody is blaming women for her being shot, dummy. You came to class late, and I'm going to address you as that too, because you are another one who feeds off of the polarization of black men versus black women.
That's
right. And if you was listening and you wasn't such a dummy, you would understand what we were saying from day one. And I'm glad you interjected here, because I wanted to segue from that point Kahan was making about having that hedge around and having, the bridle and everything like that. That also means that the responsibility and the standard that black men have must be at the penultimate height. It has to be so high. Brotherhood, black brotherhood, must be protected at all costs.
That's right.
At all costs. Why? Why must black brotherhood be protected at all costs? I understand. You not what she said? I'm not insulting you. You're saying he was wrong. She said she's just saying he was wrong, and she's mad because I called her a dummy. You're a dummy. This is not about Tory Lanez or Megan Thee Stallion. This is about restoring black masculinity, so a black man will not pour out his brother's woman.
That's right.
Which is the root of all of this. The root of all of this is a brother not having brotherhood, and now is being able to whore out some other woman. The only reason this is a big deal is because Megan Thee Stallion is rich. You know how much sisters getting whored out in the ghetto the same goddamn way? You know my sister right now in fights over something the same way?
It's a lot of you, sir, getting shot and dying. And really dying from getting shot.
Getting shot and dying. The same thing with the girl who went to Mexico with the friends and they brought the tranny man, and the tranny man beat her to death. There's no masculinity there. There's no protection of the brotherhood. Because now I know that's some brother's daughter or his sister or his wife. I can't watch this grown man who think he's a woman beat this woman to death. In the same vein, this Megan Thee Stallion here, that's somebody's daughter. She have a man. I ain't gonna disrespect that brother. Like the onus now has to be a certain amount of accountability and loyalty between brothers. Because if brothers don't encourage the whoredom, who's she gonna whore with?
Right.
Who is she gonna play the whore with? And this is why I say this I.S.U.P.K is a dummy. Stop hating women, and then so if I tell you stop, I'm trying to stop women being a whore. That means I hate women. If I'm telling brothers stop lusting after these whores and encouraging the whoredom, does that mean we hate women?
And Salaki Cap, I.S.U.P.K might want to. She might just want to continue the whoring. Sis, you go ahead and continue whoring if you want. But what captains and them trying to do, we're trying to stop our sisters from being whores by stopping the brothers from making them into whores.
That's right. If anything, we lay the blame at the feet of Adam.
That's it.
If anything, we're blaming Adam, not the woman I.S.U.P.K. Let me tell you, proud ass broad, something. A time is coming where there'll be no Instagram to seduce men, and the shelves is going to be empty, and you are going to value strong masculinity from brothers. You're going to absolutely value it. You're going to absolutely value a code of etiquette that dictates you cannot be a whore and get fed. And any brother encouraging the whoredom, he gonna be outside. Not only are you dumb, you're racist too. You think I don't know you're a white woman behind that damn brown face you got?
If I could.
You 1 second, God. You niggas is crazy because I'm trying to stop whoredom. You know, I thought I could vibe with you, but now I'm out. Go by the red light, slut. Go to the red light district. And this is what happens. Don't be scared to lose no broad if she's, you know, she can't get done with a better code, a higher standard.
All right.
She wants to, you know, perpetuate a woman's, you know, right to have, you know, sex with whoever she wants to. You don't have that right. You do not have that right. And what we say in here is the brothers is going to have to be way stronger and more loyal to protect the brotherhood. And that in turn is going to protect the woman. Because now if I have a disagreement, I ain't going to shoot this brother's daughter. I ain't going to beat up this brother's daughter. Guess what else protecting black brotherhood is going to stop? I ain't going to molest this brother's daughter. I ain't going to molest his son. I ain't going to steal them and sell them into what's it, sex trafficking. I ain't going to sell them drugs. You're trying to protect black women without where the protection really comes from, which is black men. You fix black men, society will change.
And Salaki Cap, you know what I mean? This same woman will more than likely walk into a church where they are molesting and raping young women. Right. You understand? Where they don't have that type of, you know what I mean, that type of high moral, that type of, you know what I mean, that high morality. You understand what I'm saying? Like she coming on here with that type of, you know what I mean, that type of voice, which lets you know that man is in hell. If you have a man, he is in hell in that house. Because you should not be on here running your mouth. You understand?
Really what it is, it comes back to the same encouragement. What we say in is changing a tide. She has to say what she's saying to give life to the whores out there who being discouraged by what we say.
That's right.
Right? Mm-hmm. That could be a man for all I know. Salaki. Salaki, go ahead.
No, it's so heavy, Cap, what you say, you know, rejection is direction. If a woman don't want to be right, she don't want to get right with you, she don't want to come under your authority, then guess what? The Lord will let you know this woman is not for you. Mm-hmm. But submission with a woman that's really trying to serve the Lord is gonna come natural. It's coming natural as a bit in a horse mouth when you're riding it. It comes natural. These women are trying to attach being a whore to femininity. They have attached because it's the same thing with that slut walk that that woman was having, man, and having all the women out there. Because Amber right here, Amber Rose. Right, Amber Rose. Like, you know what I'm saying, that bald-headed hoe. She out there, and got these women out here. I got to go in on some of these women, you know what I'm saying? They want to come out here and they want to walk around and still say we got to be protected. You want men to protect you when you really, that type of behavior puts men in jeopardy, just like it did Tory Lanez. That type of behavior, the Bible say a woman that acts like that gonna increase evil among men. Yep. That's why the Bible say this. If we don't put that out from among us, if we don't fight to put that from among us, the Bible say a whole city, the land will fall to whoredom. And I quote, right. The scriptures say that. The Lord knew how powerful whoredom is. Right. And it's a hell of a fight if you a man, because guess what? Naturally, a man see a good-looking woman, especially even if she exposing herself, his nature gonna rise. You know what I'm saying? Naturally. So he gotta say, look, man, this like, you know, you armed and dangerous. If I can just be correct about it. Listen, all that you shouldn't be wearing that. You shouldn't be busting the concrete up with them 6-inch heels coming down here with all that hanging out.
Listen, listen, the wisdom from the UPK is so right. Ain't nobody telling you can't wear the 6-inch heels and the short dress. Just wear them for me.
That's all.
Right. Wear them for me. Right. Wear them for me in the house. You trying to get your self-esteem up? Go put on the whole outfit and call me in the room. I'll get your self-esteem all the way up. But the problem is that man, you don't value him. Again, protect black brotherhood.
That's it.
The only like that should matter to you is that brother.
That's it.
His like got to matter. That shit got to matter. Not them thousands of strangers. His like got to matter. if you want to do all the twerking and all the nice sassy dressing and all that shit, man, go crazy, man. Go to them all them adult stores and get anything with the feathers and the whips and all that shit. If you into that, I don't know, everybody in whatever they're into. Go and you be like that for that man.
That's
but
right.
When people see you, they don't see what he sees.
That's it.
That's right.
You be all the way, all the freaky nasty shit. Do that with him. Don't come on the internet with that thing. And brothers, you demand that standard from sisters.
That's right.
This society will change. It'll flip. You see how the fools say, I thought I could vibe with you, but I'm out because this is not a strip club.
That's right. That's right.
This is not Pornhub.com. That's why you can't vibe here. You thought we was gonna be like, put Tory Lanez under the damn jail, right. Blah 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 blah. We go to the roots of the problem.
That's right.
That's right.
I thought you was gonna say Grand Rising, sis.
Yeah, we not that. We go into the
roots of
the problem. Right. Go ahead,
Cap. If I could, what you saying? Look, and what you said was so right when you talk about the brotherhood. Now, check this out. If the message from black women, because Captain Mashak he brought her. If they following what you saying, they see that you bringing it home and really showing the solution to this thing tonight. If the black women were saying let's protect black men, and black men saying let's protect black women, guess what? We'll be on one accord.
That's
but
right.
The women in these circles are so polarized. They ain't thinking about the brotherhood like Captain Mashak saying. In order for black women to be protected, you need to protect black men.
That's it.
Like you can't have one without the other. You need to support what the scriptures say. How can you bond a strong? How can you take a strong man's good, go in his house and take a strong man's good, unless you bind him first?
Right.
They are using black women to bind the black man and Hispanic and Native American Indian man. That's why these women are becoming spoils and our children are becoming spoils. Right. You can't see what's going on with our kids in these streets right now. These kids killing up so much, and they got fully automatic weapons. I ain't talking about nothing light. You got kids out here, 15, 16-year-old with Desert Eagles walking around right now, about to rob for Christmas gifts, and you got the black woman talk about protecting black women. Black women, my ass, protect black men and put black men in charge, and you won't have a lot of this nonsense.
Exactly.
If I could
too. Like, okay, what you said is so heavy. I want to skim over one point you made. The protecting black women, what's not said is to attack black men. It's down to like how white people look at Black Lives Matter. That's really what protect black women is. It's protect black women means take away a man's authority.
Thank you.
It means take away his right to rule.
Sir.
Once you protect black brotherhood, his authority is going to come in and his right to rule is going to come in, which means there can't be no whores of the daughters of Israel. There can't be no sodomites. It's different. When a black man's rights is protected, he innately knows I have to protect everybody's rights.
That's it.
To protect black women's rights, which comes from the oppressor, really means you have to go on the offense for everybody. It's like the LGBTQ community. Now they have to violate yours. It's a very backward, twisted thing. And this is the root of it is black men has to get strong again.
That's it.
You have to reshape society. And, you know, it might seem impossible, but black men getting strong means the strip club closes. The porn industry goes to hell. The strip club closes. The Instagram going to be, dry. Dry. We'll see if she'll work out so goddamn hard and make videos of her squatting in them tights. That, you know, with so much vigor when it's just for you alone versus 1,000. We'll see if that's really what's going to happen. Like the whole dynamic has to change. Tory Lanez is doing 22 years because as men we failed in society. That's really what it is. It comes from the Christian church. It comes from the oppressor. Loving whores is why he did it, not because he shot a gun or didn't shoot a gun. Because the evidence say he didn't shoot anything, but it's like the Lord is punishing him for just even being there.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of, if I could say one last thing on it, or say something on it, what you brought out so heavy, Captain Mashak and Captain Kahan, is a scripture I want to get to as well. What that person in the comment section was saying was the demon that's out here. Like
yes.
They personified the demon that's out here that's causing the division, that's causing the hate your brother without a cause. Because now you got sisters and brothers and people jumping on this and using this as an occasion to hate brothers and sisters that they don't even know. Sometimes I hear some of these conversations that these brothers and sisters saying, "Oh, black men it is black men." I'm like, do you not have a black man in your life that's a good brother that you know, that you talk to? Do you not have a good talking about black women of this, black women of that? You don't have a black woman that you know, or a sister, or a cousin that's you cool with, or that you understand, that you know are not like that? So that's the demon that's out here that's trying to spread, and you killing it, because that's the Antichrist. I'm gonna get one scripture, because as you said, you were bringing out, the culture got to change. The whole situation got to change. I'm gonna give a little bit on the change right here. 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I have refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. For you sisters out there who's worrying about the Instagram and worrying why if you ain't got the Instagram body and you trying to get a BBW, sisters all over America trying to get a BBW right now. Talking regular job sisters trying to pay $10,000 to get their butts done. Don't look on the outward appearance like that. The Lord look on what's inside of you. The Lord look on your integrity. The Lord look on your spirit. It's what's inside of you that's special.
That's
for you brothers and for you sisters. Don't just only focus on the outward appearance. Focus on that inward, sister. On your, like I said, your integrity, your character, your morals. Don't lose that. Don't lose that.
That's right.
That's what the Lord sees, and that's what's really important.
That's right.
Listen, the I.S.U.P.K is that BBL for your goddamn spirit.
That's right.
You try to go augment your butt and make your breast look bigger so you can look pretty. We're gonna make your spirit beautiful.
That's right.
You're gonna get that BBL, you're gonna go and do that, cut up your whole body, and you're ugly in your spirit. You
can't even cook a biscuit.
You can't
boil water.
You're burning water.
Yeah.
That's how bad it is. You're burning the damn water. we gonna do that BBL for your goddamn spirit.
That's right.
We're gonna be different. Why? Because in here, brotherhood is protected.
That's right.
Because brotherhood is protected, your rights to be a woman is gonna be protected. That's it. That's it. Your right to be feminine and vulnerable is going to be protected.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Before we roll up way over time, we got 5 minutes on Master P and that boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
That's a rough one. It's a horrible one. You know what I mean? Anybody want to take the lead on it?
I had one scripture that I thought about when this whole situation happened, man. In the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 16, verse 1, man. It's just so sad that this happened, and it happened on the fringe of what happened with Master P's daughter of dying, I believe, of an overdose, man. And this is just so crazy what's going on. Like the Lord he's really shining the spotlight on not only our relationships but our family dynamic, man. And this boy here, I know Master P didn't put him in a lot of good positions from what I've been looking at and his history. You know what I'm saying? But it looks like his mother is using him against his father at this point. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. I mean, that's the perspective I see. But I want to pull this scripture out for all the brothers and sisters that's dealing with children that want to, blame you for things, you know what I'm saying, when you done your best, man. I want to see if I can get this scripture right here, Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 1. Now, I'm sure Master Peter made mistakes along the way. I'm sure he done things, you know what I'm saying? Like he like human like everybody else. He probably didn't, you know, done things financially or whatever. But how Romeo went about it, putting it online, I don't think that was the best move, man. I think that was, you know, it really hurt his father, man. You know what I'm saying? And it opened up targets for his Master P's enemies to come at him also. Yep. You know what I'm saying? To target him also. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things it's a way to deal with anything, but to shame your father like that or attempt to shame him, I don't think that was the right thing to do, man.
That Salaki Khan, that was childish.
Damn right.
Grown man, you 35, and you acting like a child. Like you still on the bottle.
Salaki, can we say the B word? I thought it was just bitch made. I really did. Salakia, sir. I thought that was totally like not you talking to your father directly or having a personal conversation with him. You're gonna go online. Because I don't know if anybody knows. I think Bow Wow did something similar recently as well with Jermaine Dupri. And said that, you know, Jermaine Dupri was robbing him and, you know, taking all his money and not helping him out the best way that he was supposed to. And Jermaine Dupri responded like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, I invested everything into you. You know, you didn't have a father. I was your father. I became your father and raised you pretty much, you know, and it's just a bitch spirit to just go against your father. I think, and with Romeo, I think it was just more because he contributed to his community and was doing things for black people and started investing in black businesses. And he thinking, well, give me that money, don't give it to the community. He's such a selfish bastard. Salaki, I could be wrong. Salaki.
No, you for sure touching on some points there. You know what I mean? Go ahead. I don't want you to lose your talk.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 16, verse 1. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons.
Keep going.
Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Lord be with them.
You understand? Like, that's important, man. Like we have children, man, but let me tell you something, man. The fear of the Lord got to be in these children, man. You raise your children the best way you can, but don't delight in unprofitable children, man. Like, the thing about it, when you got a father like, you know, Master P, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, that dude that, I mean, this cat hit and played in the NBA. He didn't rap. He didn't. He got, I mean, as far as the hustling, as far as being able to make moves financially, he didn't been in all kind of circles, man. So, you know, if the issue is over money, you got one of the best teachers, man. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you that there's a spirit of entitlement that's going on around, you know what I'm saying? Not just with the black women, but also some of our children, man, which spurs from a lot of these black women, because I believe Master P and his Romeo's mother is still, you know, squandering and fighting over the whole thing of them being separated all these years, man. And then with his daughter dying, it made it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Because they had an interview recently where Master P was, you know, was thinking about harming his daughter's boyfriend because he was on drugs also.
Right.
And then he ended up, you know, I guess grabbing his daughter, taking his daughter to the house and wouldn't let her leave the house. And the mother said that he was kidnapping. Wanted to call the police, you know what I'm saying? Because he went to desperate measures to try to save his daughter, you know, like any father would, you know. A man loves his children, but the whole thing about it, man, I can see in the interview that Master P had that he was hurt, and he did a lot of, I mean, I just tell you, just from being out in Louisiana, doing Hurricane Ida, I mean, he was out there. Master P was out there in the, you know, in the hood, you know, with National Guard handing out water. He was, one thing about him, I can say this, when it come to New Orleans, I mean, he put his money where his mouth is in them projects. I gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Everybody pretty much know that. But to be mad at your father for doing that for kids who don't have a father, I mean, that's selfish, man. And that's a spirit that come from a bitter woman. Some of these kids that have these issues with their father, they come from bitter women. And once again,
that's right.
Like we got to deal with issues as men, but it's also some of these women putting the battery in these boys and these girls back to go against their father. You know what I'm saying? To hurt them at their weakest point or their lowest point in life. You know what I'm saying? That's the wrong thing to do, man. And God don't honor that.
Yep.
And if I could, real quick. Oh,
go ahead, Colin.
No, I was gonna say there's a scripture I was just looking for. I couldn't find it. That talks on the lines of what good is it to basically shame your father? What good is it for you? What profit is that? What profit is that for you to go against your father publicly or to shame your father or anything like that? There's absolutely no profit in that. And there's a scripture that talks about that, similar with when with the brothers of Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Canaan.
That's exactly where I was going with that whole thing right there. You know what I mean? If I could, go ahead, brother. I mean, cut you off, but that's definitely I want to touch on that.
Kind of like what profit is that? And even if he did had something that was off, some shame, there was no profit in that. You know what I mean? So obviously, Lil Romeo need to hear some of these scriptures to really get some of that, put that in his chest so he don't slip. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe they should come back. They're going to come back together. They could. Lord will. It's a slip up. You know what I mean? Like I said, his sister died, OD'd, and, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's another thing that's unacceptable. Like it's black fathers have always been the scapegoat to trash in the black elite, in the black community.
That's the root of the problem.
That's right.
Really, with this thing here, if I could chime in, like I don't give a damn if they make up or not. They rich celebrities and live the life we could only dream of. It's like how the natural reaction is to say, Master P, he put Romeo in a lot of good positions. That's from our perspective, from growing up, not having what we see him have.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Like he lived a fantastic life. Everybody knew his name from BET, went to college. Your father made what's called this thing? The soup.
Ramen noodles.
Noodles, brother, and made a company with you. I bought the goddamn soup. The soup was delicious. And then they took it away out of the Walmarts and all that type of shit, made it super expensive, cut the brothers' distribution. Romeo lived a life we can't, even imagine. And this here is the proof. You can't hustle your way past the curses.
That's it.
I commend the brother for all the work he did in the street, all the work he did in his neighborhood. All that work he did was great for a man in the world, and I commend that brother for what he did. But this here is the proof. If ever he's wondering, or any brother watching this and thinking, well, damn, if he could do all of that and still end up in the same situation, then why am I even trying? You should still try. You should still try to be the best brother you could be, the best father you could be, the best husband you could be. Why? Because obeying the Lord is how you get rid of the curses.
That's it.
Like with all the money he made, with all the the moves he made, that did not change the outcome for his daughter. Same thing with Whitney Houston and her daughter. Her daughter died just like her. You understand? And it's this thing is so layered, it's multifaceted, where on one hand you have the boy where they're saying it was because of the grieving for the sister. Now everybody grieves in their own way. Some, how Master P said, sometimes the funerals either bring you together or may start a war and push you further apart. Every brother and sister listening has been to some funeral where they see the family fight, and then you ain't see somebody in a while and all the beefs go away and you come together. That could be the situation here. But again, going to the internet for encouragement with your bullshit. Let's talk about it with the hoes. Going to the internet for that type of encouragement, in here, you're going to learn how to handle it. If I could just get a couple scriptures. Let me get Genesis 9 and 22.
Also, too, Captain Shock, if I may, I had the scripture Captain Kapash was talking about.
Go ahead, read
that. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 10. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee.
That's right. That's right. That ain't no glory to you. Like what you expected to get light over it. And this is the thing. This brother here, this Master P brother here, he done come from the bottom where if this thing is real and what Romeo does destroys the family, somebody could end up dead over it. Like it has such gravity behind him and his moves. Somebody could lose their life over what Romeo just did here. The general brought it up. Like there was a time where you speak against the king, you speak against your father, Lord. Somebody cut your tongue out.
Like King David.
Go ahead, come on.
Absalom with his son.
His son.
He loved his son, but that war that broke out because of his son trying to usurp authority, it cost his son his life.
And that's the other part of it. Like they done not, I don't want to say give us that culture, but they done pump that culture up, which is a carnal culture where the young always has to vault himself on the backs of the older one. So if you have somebody in prime spot, you can't just come and receive the spot or succeed it. You have to destroy the old, which is the whole battle with LeBron and Jordan, which is why they made that Hamite fight Anderson Silva. Like you have to beat up the old one in order to take over the new. Yeah, that's the culture our oppressor pushes, and that can't happen if you're gonna have a stable society. That can't happen if you're gonna protect brotherhood. You understand? Let me get that scripture, please. Genesis 9:22.
Genesis chapter 9, verse 22. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father,
right?
And told
Ham saw the nakedness of his father, right? For anybody who don't know the story, his father drank and got drunk and was not covered correctly, right? A ton of us done seen that before. Shit, that used to be a ton of us. Forget seeing it. That's some of our stories. Waking up like, where the hell am I? Why are my clothes over there? You don't drink and get drunk. Ham saw it and proceeded to mock his father. Go ahead.
And told his two brethren without.
Right, and went and told his brethren, hey, Pop's in there naked. Go ahead.
And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward and covered the nakedness of their father.
You understand? Go ahead.
And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness.
That's honorable. That's an honorable thing.
Right.
Your father done, delivered you all from something. This is Noah we talking about here. Meaning this nigga done built a boat to save you all and fed you all for 40 days and 40 nights, made sure nobody drowned, and just had a good drink after everything. And you decide to try to shame him. These two sons made sure that they would not privy to their father's nakedness and walked in the tent backwards. Little Romeo, you should have walked in the tent backwards.
That's it.
If you missed a check, walk in the tent backwards, nigga.
That's right.
That's right.
Walk in the tent backwards. You understand? If you really loved your sister, why would you shame your father like that?
That's right. That's right.
You loved her. Do you think that she would have wanted people to be talking about her father like that? And this is another thing for you sorry ass Negroes. You get tired of life, and life is too depressing for you, and you want to kill yourself. Do it. Commit to one thing in your whole life. You can't commit to us who's living. And you can't commit to the job, or you can't commit to the children, or you can't commit to nothing else. Hurry up and jump off, overdose, get the hell out of here. Because you really don't care about nobody but yourself. You're selfish.
That's right.
I'm going to say that part.
And
going down that road, you really hate the people around you.
That's right.
Yourself.
And Salaki, I can say something also too. Just another point here too. And to you fathers out there, you know what I mean? This should be a lesson to you, and a good lesson in that the Bible says to do what? Train a child up in the way he or she should go.
That's right.
You understand? It ain't talking about financial lessons. It ain't talking about, about, building this company, building this franchise. It ain't talking about that. Train a child up in the word of the Most High. That's right. And he is not going to depart from it. You understand? Romeo would have known that he is not supposed to shame his father. His father would have known to deal with Romeo a certain way as a young man. You know what I mean? He would have known to do it. And Commander Gen.YAHANNA is setting up this school in a way where this whole father and son relationship will not be. It'll be tighter than this, way tighter than this. You understand? This should start coming. Master P should come in here and get a flyer, man. So I want to deal with Romeo.
Go ahead, if I could, if I could too, and like at the end of the post he made, he said, "Mom was right about you."
Oh man,
yes, he did.
Like that right there was like the nail in the coffin. Like that is basically saying I'm picking sides now. And he said, "I followed you blindly for 30 years because I loved you." And then Mom was
blindly for 30 more, nigga.
Like that right there is those words came from his mother. And these these are the things that we always talk about when we talking about our sisters and how they carry themselves and how they okay, if it didn't work out with you and Master P, don't turn the children against him. Because come to find out, Master P was paying for the house, even put his mother in a house and her mother living with another man. And he's still taking care of that. I mean, come on, for his children. So don't do nothing like that, man. Like this right here, but this spoke to a lot of our Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian parents who have children like this. Grow up and they want to hold these things over their head when they done the best they could, you know what I'm saying, in whatever facet, man. But you grown now, you know what I'm saying? Your parents, you 30 years old, your parents that did their job, man, you a man now. You got to stand on your own 2 feet. Because if it wasn't for Master P, nobody would know who you are. Nobody would know no little Romeo. You understand? So shame his legacy. You like the scripture you read earlier. This shaming you, cause now they gonna come at you and all them. I think he was dating Russell Simmons, not Russell Simmons' daughter. What's her name? Reverend Ron, his daughter Angela Simmons. He was dating her at one time, man. Now women gonna look at you like, I mean, come on, forget. They gonna be like, man, you still blaming your daddy for you ain't got no money. Like, what kind of stuff is this?
It's absolutely opposite. They're gonna love him for it.
Oh man,
because he took to the internet just like they take to the internet.
Yeah.
He made a stand against a Black man.
That's heavy.
They're going to love Romeo for this, which is why I don't give a damn if these two come back together or not. And this is not disrespecting Master P or Romeo. Them two have money and they're gonna be fine. There's brothers right now who don't got money and is in dysfunctional situations because they don't have a relationship with their father because of something their mother said.
That's right.
This year had to be taken all the way down to where we are at. You walk in the tent backwards, man. When that father when he comes back around and he able to speak, you talk to him like a man. Give me 1 Timothy 5:1. Please, give me 1 Timothy 5:1. Anybody? Kapash was on here.
I'm headed to it. Give me a second.
This here speaks it once again. It has to be a super emphasis to protect brotherhood. It must be protected. Without it,
I got it.
Romeo abandoned the brotherhood and listened to his mother. And his mother would say, I love my son. You don't love that boy. You don't love that boy if you're going to talk about his father like that. Go ahead, Kapash.
1 Timothy.
First,
okay, go ahead.
Salaka, sir. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 1. Rebuke not an elder,
Say it again.
rebuke not an elder.
Say it one more time.
Rebuke not an elder.
Go ahead.
But entreat him as a father.
But entreat him as a father. Now, if Romeo did this to his father, you think anybody could tell Romeo anything?
Thank you.
It's the same spirit of a woman rejecting her father. What does a loose woman say? You can't tell me what to do. You ain't my
daddy.
But the thing about it is you wouldn't listen to your father anyway.
That's it.
It's the same spirit, the same thing here, the same thing that got Tory Lanez in trouble. is the same spirit right here. Now, all this could have been sparked from the death of the brother's daughter, and that's a rough thing to go through as a father, brother, especially when you done did the best you could to bring them kids in and give them everything they could, that you could give them. That's rough to go through. Heart goes out to you for it. But brother, that daughter did not love you like you loved her. She did not love you like you loved her. That son don't love you like you love him. And guess what? That's the price of being a man. That's the price of being a father. Kids don't turn on their mothers like that. They turn on their father once again. The whole spirit in this place is to destroy the brotherhood, to destroy black men, to destroy any semblance of authority and respect anything that he has.
Right.
You want to talk about he didn't pay you enough. The white man don't pay nobody enough. You love him.
That's right.
You love him. Are you mad at the drug dealer your sister was buying the damn drugs for?
And Salaki Cap, he ain't gonna aim mother out. Like she all the way perfect, right?
Right.
But he ain't gonna air his mother out.
No. It's this we had to have a higher code of it. Let me just say this one thing, Azane, I'm gonna get right back to you. That higher code will dictate. And not dictate. That's not the word I want. That higher code will gender something. When I say gender, I mean give birth. It'll give birth to a spirit where our relationships are not going to be broken by such easy offenses. Protecting that black brotherhood means this thing here, an offense, and you're a 35-year-old, you're not a crackhead, you look healthy as hell, you're rich. What we talking about? That brotherhood is going to protect a certain amount of a certain level of the relationship where you're not going to go on the internet and do all this madness, man. Go ahead, Asania. Salakia.
Salakia, sir. I just wanted to say, you notice the brothers came out with a T-shirt of saying that General Muhammad said not too long ago, we are stronger by subtraction.
Thank you.
So to Master P, if Master P could listen or hear us speak, I would say to him, you stronger by subtraction. If he wants to be a punk, a bitch, if he wants to sell out, if he wants to go cry to his mother and go on internet like a hoe and push family business or information and cry on the internet, Master P, you're stronger by subtraction. You can forget it. Let him go.
That's right.
The hell with him. Because you can have another son. You can raise up another son to be better than him. And what your objective was for your son to be better than you. And I saw that you want your son to be better than you. And that's admirable and honorable. But if he don't want to do it, let his ass go. Salakia, sir.
And he got other sons. He got other sons. I was gonna say, and he has other sons that he's been working with, putting them in them high school deals, them high school basketball deals, where they get paid to be a high school internet star, and they getting money like that. He's already working the deals, and that's what's going, like Captain Mashak was saying, that's the price of being a father. That's right. You got to stand for what's right, even if your kids don't like it.
That's right.
You can't be like the mother and just say, "Oh you that's right. You feeling your feelings hurt," and just cry.
It's mommy's job to make you feel better. It's a father's job to protect. And that's just it. Once again, Master P, that's a rough one to take on the back of losing your daughter. But this is the proof that in order for you to, if you really want success in life, you serve the Lord.
That's right.
You absolutely serve the Lord, and you'll better be able to weigh everything in the balance. Let him go, let them go. If somebody is so not satisfied with the life you gave them that they go, murder themselves. They don't love you. They are not thinking I'm bad. They're gonna hurt you. That's right. And that's suicide thing. I ain't no psychologist, but I do know the pain that comes from losing somebody in a natural way, a natural death, sickness or something. Imagine somebody would be here with you today and you enjoying it with them, and they decide to go purposely end their life and leave you alone. nigga, everybody who survives is going to be like, well, why? What could I have done different to help you? Nothing.
That's it.
Nothing. That person just did not value you enough.
It's a lot, and the whole post came off of him showing condolences to a brother who committed suicide.
Yeah.
Like DJ Twitch, you know what I'm saying? So he's saying that he shouldn't have said nothing even about that because of what happened with his daughter. So I mean, like that's that right. He won't even allow a man to send his condolences to another man and grieve not only for that brother but also for his daughter. So you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that right there is also, it's like a sin also, now into a sin to say you don't even want your father to grieve, and then you want him to grieve how you want him to grieve. Like, that's a sad situation there, man.
Right. And it's almost like, you know what I mean, he's that type of person. You know what I mean? I don't want to say son, but that type of person where you know what I mean, you're just jealous. You can't attain where your father attained. So you're jealous. So now you want to bring him down. You know what I mean? Bring everything down, burn everything down, because you know what I mean? You try to make you better than him, but you never excel to be better than him. You know what I mean? So he may be that type. That just, you know what I mean, but just efforts.
So like I didn't even think about it like that though, Cap. Like you said, he now he's in his 30s now. And and people, once again, people gonna start to say, well, look, what have you accomplished on your own? And like that right there, like I'm just saying, you know, the way you bring it out, there's definitely another angle to look at it. Like he probably say, look, well, I ain't this, I ain't that. Let me bring him down now. Let me down. Let me, you know, I'm living under the shadow of my father. Let me dim his shadow. Let me, you know what I'm saying? That could be another factor, man. But you know, the way he went about it was just wrong, man. And then see, now it ain't a family issue because now everybody's involved in it now. And then now, and there's people who really against Master P, against his father, and against their family, they going to them now also. So it opened up a gap, man. I think, you know, it's definitely it's something that all of Israel need to look into, especially in our own personal lives, man. And like Captain Shock said, like really get the right counsel and really come into the UPK so we can really fix our families, because all this money in the world and stuff, it don't really fix your family. Having the fame, all that don't fix your family. Having the knowledge of God is what gonna fix your family, man. So that's a heavy point. You
and
know,
Selaki Cap, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this reminds me of Ruben. Ruben, was it Ruben?
It was Ruben Khan, sir.
Who went up to his father's bed and slept with his woman? That type of character. They just want to, you know what I mean, belittle his father.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And his father was trying to push him up as being the firstborn, as being the prize. You understand? When he was not supposed to, he proved that he was not supposed to be the one.
And that could, what you saying in heavy, that could be why some of them business deals didn't go through all the way.
Yeah.
It could have been the Lord stopping it because this dude would have took it away from him anyway.
Yeah.
So now let's see what the Lord do now that you done come out, you know, you come out of the bushes, you done show yourself. And I ain't taking no sides, but what I am saying is wrong is the way in which it was dealt with.
That's
and
right.
Again, black men to black men, you know, Donald Trump is not Donald Trump, it's Trump or Pence. Who's the one with the crackhead son? Biden. Biden's son is a full legitimate crackhead.
That's right.
And he ain't never come out and say nothing about his father. He's the devil.
Right. That's right.
He's the devil, Romeo.
That's right.
It's but once again, these celebrities, brother, their life is going to be great. Master P gonna drive his Maybach. This dude here gonna drive his Lamborghini or Ferrari. The brother who gets in on the bus, he has a dysfunctional relationship with his father, and because of that, with his children as well. You, brother, walk into the tent backwards and then treat an elder as a father.
That's right.
Start right there. Start right there.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Romeo, you gonna get some children too. Don't worry.
Yep.
He had some sir, Salakia.
Well, what I mean, they're gonna get grown too. They're gonna get to 35, and we'll see what they say then. You know what I mean? Okay, we went way over the time. You know what I mean? I'm staying up tonight just in case somebody try to come down the chimney. I have something. just in case I hear something on the roof.
Hey, Cap, you got a red dot for that red nose.
Listen, I got a red dot for the red nose, and I got something else for them red clothes. Listen, I work it on my bars, Akim. I try to make it possible with the Akim. I come in there and just, make a whole appearance.
Man,
I got something for you. You know what I mean?
I actually forget about that for real.
Listen, they're letting off fireworks where I am at. I'm hearing this thing popping, and I'm like, who in the hell is celebrating December 25th like that? Don't worry about it. Once again, we got real big fish to fry. You know what I mean? This nation here, they don't understand who they are and what they should be doing, what they should not be doing. In the morning, they're going to be in mourning. A lot of people gonna die, a lot of people gonna get shot, people going, drunk driving, you know what I mean, come home and somebody gonna stab somebody over, I saw you with him at the Christmas party last night. All kind of nonsense gonna happen. We still gonna be here, we gonna be teaching. So for the Master P's and the Tory Lanes and the Meg and the Stallions, your life is great still. Your life is great. The Meg and the Stallion could go live right now and 10,000 people would jump on and tell her, you is smart, you is kind, you is important. But the rest of us, we don't have that support system. We don't have that encouragement. You know what I mean? Way over the time, Akim. Don't forget April 1st, Passover, Raleigh, North Carolina. Don't go down there with I call it Big Father Night Attack now. His father, he father time, he father this, he father that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You're rocking it out to water against everybody coming through, you know what I mean? You're doing that all the way down North Carolina, holding it down. Captain Gahan reporting live from hell, always rocking it all through. Captain Azana, live from Syracuse, upstate New York. Upstate, I know it's cold. I know that bitch cold. I
got on the turtleneck.
You can't draw that head back in to hide from the cold, though. Like Captain Kapash coming in from the Midwest. Always there, big Officer Kazak holding us up. You know what I mean? Always on the inside. We're gonna be back again. Tune in Monday night, live 9 p.m. Commander Gen.YAHANNA, the heavy hitters on Blackwatch News on YouTube. Go to the website blackwatch.news. Also, to closing out the Feast of Purim, not closing out, but it ends tomorrow at sundown. You all remember that. Keep them feasts going up. Pay your tithes. You know what I mean? And we're gonna be back next week, Lord willing. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not
like both.